We are live from the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia, where tonight Overtime Boxing presents the future of boxing as we present OTX 6. And we welcome you inside the OTE Arena, one of the best and most unique atmospheres in all of boxing. Hello, everyone. I am Corey Erdman alongside Akin Barak. Pleased to be calling the action for you ringside all night long. It is a party atmosphere in here, as always, guys, and I think that we might have the most stacked card that we've had in the history of Overtime Boxing for the fans here tonight.
Absolutely, and I think the people know because this time VIP is full already this early. OTX 5 had 5 knockouts. People will know. The town is buzzing. That's why they're here.
I'm delighted to be here with you gentlemen once again. We have a brand here that is built and is strong. I'm excited for the night. I think Scoby's going to shine tonight.
That's in our main event coming up a little bit later on, and that's a nice segue to take a look at tonight's fight card. 5 fights coming at you here tonight as we take a look at them right now. We're going to be kicking things off in just a few moments with Marietta, Georgia's own Nathan Lugo making his pro debut against Robert Lartigue. The blue chip prospect David Lopez makes his second appearance here on Overtime Boxing as he takes on New Britain, Connecticut's Anthony Mora. Our first of 2 OTX tournament bouts as Francisco Verón takes on Angel Ruiz over 10 rounds. It's the return of the cannon, Brandon Adams, in yet another tournament here tonight as he takes on Ismael Villarreal of the Bronx. And as mentioned, Scoby snacks are on the menu. Kurt Scoby in our main event as he takes on the always entertaining Dakota Linger of Buchanan, West Virginia. So that's tonight's fight card. That is our main event between Kurt Scoby and Dakota Linger. And guys, last summer, Kurt Scoby had a knockout performance here in the OTE Arena. And I think that Scoby, probably along with Elijah Pierce, has benefited from this Overtime platform more than anyone else so far.
Right, and we've seen progress. We've seen progress in every aspect of his life. When you think about it, he was on the undercard of
Ismael Villarreal's
exactly.
undercard, yeah.
And now look, he's on Scoby's undercard, so this is just progress, and he keeps continuing to get better and better.
It's early to say, Corey, but he has those elements that makes you a star, right? He has an interesting story about his background. He's the fan-friendly fighter. He's looking to knock you out, and he has the best upcoming platform to do so. So I'm excited for his future, but the card is stacked, to you, like you mentioned earlier. Some prospects to look out for. I'm excited tonight.
Yeah, prospects and also a tournament kicking off here tonight.
Correct.
The OTX 154-pound tournament as we take a look at the OTX tournament bracket. You're going to see 2 of those fights, of course, here tonight between Brandon Adams and Ismael Villarreal and Angel Ruiz and Francisco Verón. And then on the other side of the bracket, on Friday, May 31st, a couple of bangers coming at you between Andreas Katsarakis, Kudratillo Abdudakarov, and then, of course, Vlad Hernandez, who you've seen here on OTX in the past, taking on Robert Terry. So the winners of tonight's bouts will advance to the semifinals. And one of those fighters looking to advance is standing by with the 4th member of our broadcast team, Overtime Tom, who's with Angel Ruiz.
Thank you, guys. I am down here with Angel Ruiz, who is working hard, and he is ready for the OTX tournament tonight. He's also hoping to win C4 Fight of the Night. Angel, what can we expect from you tonight in the fight?
I want to look for the knockdown, man. But if I gotta go to the distance, I'm ready.
Okay. Can we get a little prediction?
Knockout.
Knockout? What round? Give me a round.
I don't know. Probably 5, 6.
All right, I love it. Great job. Angel Ruiz, everyone. He is participating in the OTX tournament tonight. He's also looking for the C4 Fight of the Night. C4, the energy that hits.
C4.
Remember to vote on Overtime Boxing Instagram after the fights tonight.
The best energy drink. I love it.
Show my man Angel some love. Back to you guys.
Of course, the OTX tournament, just one of the many innovations here at Overtime Boxing, which include the Overtime overtime rules. If you're not familiar with them, there is a knockout bonus for any fighter that scores a KO at any point in the night. But there's extra money on the line if they can do it in the first or last round. And in the event that a winner cannot be decided at the end of these scheduled rounds, we will go into an overtime round, something we have seen once before. We'll see if we can go into sudden death here tonight, but we are ready for our opening contest. As mentioned, it's the pro debut of Nathan Lugo, who is standing by with our Aliyah Roscoe.
I have the honor of being joined with Nathan Lugo ahead of his professional debut and his brother Elijah. Nathan, how are you feeling going into this?
I'm feeling great. I'm very ecstatic to fight in my hometown ATL. It's going to be crazy, so make sure you stay tuned.
And what about you, Elijah?
I think this is going to be a bloodbath. My brother, the American Bear, is going to come in here and break you down. All right, you got about a good 3 minutes until he's up in there and embarrassing you in front of everyone.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. Back to you.
Nathan Lugo, well, he certainly got the trash talk part of pro boxing down pat. And we're ready to see his pro debut as we take a look at the tail of the tape. You see the brickbuster Nathan Lugo, just 19 years of age, taking on the 33-year-old Lights Out Lartigue. Lartigue will enjoy a 2-inch reach advantage, but the amateur pedigree very much in the corner of Nathan Lugo, one of the best amateurs of this past generation. And now, let's take a closer look at our first two fighters.
My goal going into this fight is to knock him out in the first round. I'm not here to lose to nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. I don't care how old you are. I'm here to step my foot into this pro arena and take it out.
Welcome to the pros. Let's get it. What makes me a dangerous fighter? I'm a heavy hitter. I hit hard. I see every mistake. Any mistake, I'm gonna capitalize off of everything.
Everything makes me a dangerous fighter. It's my jab, it's my backhand, it's my hooks, my uppercuts, my body work, my head work. I'm coming for you.
My goal is to win, so whatever I gotta do to adapt to his style, I'm gonna overcome and get the victory.
Just gotta come and watch, honestly. That's what sets me apart. I'm gonna put a show on like nothing else.
Anybody in the ring should know I'm gonna bring it.
Keep your hands up. That's what I want to say to you, because I'm coming for your head.
This contest, 4-round super middleweight division, making his ring walk, Robert Lartigue.
You know, those are the guys who want to hurt you, those guys who've been looking at you your whole life and building up envy. They build up envy. So when they can't do nothing now, they can't stop you from getting up. You don't want to be their friend or associate.
Robert Lartigue making his way to the ring. Robert Lartigue of San Diego, California, a man who took about 5 years away from the sport of boxing before coming back to it. Spent some time in prison, but then found his way into a boxing gym. And guys, Lartigue spends a lot of time in the boxing gym, also spends a lot of time in the car. He delivers pizza, but also his boxing gym is an hour and a half away from his house.
Well, he's already a success story, win or lose. Came out of prison, changed his life, take care of his stepkids, and he's a fighter.
Yeah, and he was very proud of that. He says, listen, I deliver pizza, that's what I do. Living. This is his side job, boxing.
Entering the arena, Nathan Lugo.
Dreaming about for years. He's probably done this walk in his mind 1,000 times in front of the bathroom mirror, in the gym mirrors, after going 252 2019 as an amateur and scoring 40 knockouts along the way, which reportedly were the most by any U.S. amateur since 2014. When you put those two anecdotes together, guys, obviously this is a prospect that you're excited about.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Big puncher.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't see any fear. I don't see any nerves. Usually you're under a lot of pressure, and plus there's so much expectations with this kid, but I don't see any pressure on him.
He's hiding it well because there's nothing like your first professional boxing match. I'm saying that like I had some.
We welcome you to the newest proving ground in professional boxing, OTE Arena, Atlanta, Georgia. This is OTX Friday Night Fights, powered by C4 Energy. We kick off the evening with this bout set for 4 rounds or less in the super middleweight division. Scoring the action ringside, we have judges Carl Williams, along with Ed Canner and Pat Cronin. At the sound of the bell, the man in charge of the ring, referee Malik Waleed. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters wearing black with white trim on the scale. He registered an official 166 3/4 pounds tonight. This battle-tested warrior makes his first appearance inside the OTX ring with 1 victory against 1 defeat, that lone victory coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of San Diego, California, Robert Lights Out Lartey. His opposition across the ring in the red corner. Wearing black with white trim, he weighed in officially at 168 1/2 pounds. After amassing one of the greatest records in world amateur boxing history, tonight he enters the big leagues, making his pro debut inside the OTX ring. From Marietta, Georgia, Nathan Brickbuster Lugo.
Okay, gentlemen, you both have been given the rules. I'm expecting good, clean boxing. When I say break, stop punching, take a full step back. Remember, protect yourselves at all times. Any questions here? Anything from you? All right, touch gloves and let's get it on.
Nathan Lugo won gold in 25 different national championships, from the Golden Gloves to the Silver Gloves to the Olympic trials. And tonight, he starts his journey towards a world title as he makes his professional debut. Round 1 underway. Our broadcast is underway. 4 rounds in the super middleweight division.
I like that the ref said any questions, because we might get a moment like Antonio Tarver said to Roy Jones. Any more excuses, Roy?
You can tell Lugo has a few jitters, a little nerves. This is his first pro fight, big stage right now. But
yeah, I think the one with the real is Lartey.
Oh, of course. He just felt power. Bonus.
Lots of time to work with here for Lugo. Nice left hook. Teague just trying to find some room to operate. Again, we're in an 18 by 18 ring. Just generally, there's not a lot of room to operate. And Lartey is outside of those dimensions after an overhand right.
It's over, Corey. It's pretty much done.
Well, Nathan Lugo is up on the ropes. He thought this one was done.
Yes, it is done.
He's right. That is it. Nathan Lugo, welcome to the pros. You can head straight to the bank.
I guess that power carried over to the pros, Corey.
Nothing pretty, just all action.
All action.
He's a dog.
I mean, look, again, this is a big stage, first time out, so a little wild at times, but, you know, when you got a guy hurt like that, you get in attack mode. Sometimes you make defensive mistakes. With a guy like that, you're able to do that.
Let's take a look back at how Nathan Lugo closed the show.
Yeah, the last punch was behind the head because Lartigue was kind of already going down.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty much, I mean, fight was pretty much over in this round anyway. Very excited,
Yeah, he was bending
19-year-old.
over. Lartigue was bending over and he got hit in the back of the head. Definitely not intentional.
He has his family here. Very excited. It's a big moment.
40 knockouts in the amateurs. Now 1-0 with one knockout in the pros. And guys, obviously we spent some time with Nathan Lugo leading up to this fight. There's a composure and a maturity about Lugo for a 19-year-old that you don't often see. We're around a lot of 19-year-old prospects here and there as they're making their pro debuts. They don't all handle themselves quite the way that Nathan Lugo does.
Yeah, they don't all have 300 amateur fights either. I think that experience, that traveling and being in those national tournaments create maturity, but he has a good team with him.
All right, well, let's send it over to Overtime Tom, who's standing by with a proud parent of Nathan Lugo.
Thank you, fellas. I am here with Mom, Angela. How are we doing? How are we feeling after that amazing knockout?
Awesome, amazing. He did a great job.
And this is his first professional fight debut. Could you have expected anything else?
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. No, it's a long time coming. He's done a really good job.
And talk to me a little bit about his preparation, how he got ready for the fight, and the part you play in. I'm sure he comes to you a lot.
No, he actually did a lot to prepare for this. He trains almost every day. He travels a lot to box. He deserves everything that he's getting right now.
And what do you think's next for him?
More to come, just like this. More to come, just like this.
That's awesome. Congratulations. We appreciate you taking the time. An amazing knockout, fellas. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Tom. A big night for Nathan
Ladies
Lugo.
and gentlemen, inside the
Let's make it official.
OTX ring, referee Malik Waleed steps in and calls this contest with an official time of 1 minute 33 seconds of the opening round, declaring the winner by way of technical knockout. And taking home the KO bonus in his pro debut, the Brick Buster, Nathan Lugo.
What a night for Nathan Lugo. What a way to make your pro debut. You know, guys, a lot of people make their pro debut on undercards. They're kind of tucked away. To do it here in the OTE arena, what an exciting moment. And we're going to hear from Nathan Lugo as he's standing by with our Aaliyah Orozco.
Nathan, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. That was probably a moment you dreamt of your entire life, scoring a knockout at your professional debut. Did it all unfold the way you imagined as a child?
It has. It's fulfilled my dreams I've always had since I was young. And it's crazy. I'm so ecstatic to be here in ATL, my hometown. I'm repping it. We on the map. Atlanta, baby, you know how it is. I'm going to keep repping our city no matter what happens. Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Take us through the final round of that fight. You really caught him with that right hand. Did you think that was a shot that was going to work for you coming into this fight?
Knockout bonus.
What the? Hold it. Hey. Oh. What the fuck? Holy.
How are you feeling right now?
Oh my God. I feel crazy. Oh my goodness. What the?
Well, this is a huge moment for you. How do you plan on celebrating your first professional win tonight?
We're going out and we're going to have an after party after this, and we're going to be super lit. I'm going to keep it on my story. Go follow me at the Nathan Lugo. I'm going to be posting everything, all my boxes on there, all my clips. Come look at me.
And lastly, Nathan, you just fought in your hometown. I bet this was so special for you. What message you have for all your supporters who came out to see you make your professional debut tonight?
All my fans, all my team, all my people, all my family are out here. Y'all mean means so much to me. Being out here with me. We out here, we winning together. Y'all all part of Team Lugo. We are Team Lugo in here. Yeah.
Wow, well, we can't wait to see what's next for you, Nathan. Congratulations again. Back to you guys. So happy for you.
Thank you so much, Aaliyah. I mean, that is quite the bag of cash, guys.
Talk about you fighting for the bag, literally.
I'm not sure. I think he thought that was real cash in that bag. I'm not sure if that's prop money. I mean,
I think it's real.
I mean, if I was 19 and someone handed me a gym bag of cash, I'd probably be doing the same thing he's saying.
Yeah, that looks like Breaking Bad money right there.
That is quite the moment for Nathan Lugo. Well, before we watch his Instagram stories and see the highlights of his lit night out, let's watch the highlights of his pro debut.
Listen, he went straight at Dartigue, as he always does. The thing about him is that coming from the amateurs, you usually got to switch your style. But when you're that kind of fighter in the amateurs, it translates to the professionals.
He had a lot of people to impress today, Corey. If you notice, he has a lot of people in the stands.
These are impressive punch stats as well. The fight didn't last long, but obviously a dominant one for the Brick Buster. You see landing 51.9% of his shots, but it was that big right hand that closed the show. An impressive debut for Nathan Lugo. Well, what a way to kick off our show here tonight. But tomorrow night, it's the one that everyone's been talking about. Live on DAZN, the two-weight champion Devin Haney taking on Ryan Garcia. It has been a turbulent lead-up to this one. We are looking forward to tomorrow night. We're also looking forward to this one coming up next as Anthony Mora takes on the blue chip prospect David Lopez in the 140-pound division.
Live on DAZN Worldwide May 18th. The fight of the century. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Tyson Fury looks to reign as king of the division. But Alexander Usyk is undefeated and coming for the crown. For the first time in over 20 years, all the belts are on the line. Ring of Fire, live on DAZN Worldwide, May 18th. Buy now at DAZN.com.
And we're back live here in the OTE Arena. We are set for our second contest of the night. Nathan Lugo started us off hot with that knockout victory, and now it's time for another hot prospect in David Lopez, making his second appearance here in this arena. Tonight he'll take on Anthony Mora, and he'll enjoy some serious physical advantages here tonight. You see David Lopez, 6 feet tall with a 74-inch reach. Those are big dimensions for the 140-pound division. That'll be a lot for Anthony Mora to deal with here tonight. But now, let's take a closer look at both fighters.
My first OTX fight, I got a first round KO.
He's trying to dig to the body, but he brings that hook up top.
My inner voice in those moments is telling me to just dig deep. You know, you came this far, don't stop, seal the deal. It felt great. Like landing that big shot, it was like magic. Boom, it felt good. You guys should expect something similar for sure.
My goal is to win, to come out with the victory by any means necessary. My boxing style, I'll say, is pretty, gritty, just rough.
My opponent should be scared to face me because it's me. It's dynamite. I'm here. If the fight does happen to come to the last round, it's gonna take smart technical boxing for me to seal the deal. Use my jab for my experience to use and just, get the job done.
My ultimate goal as a boxer is to make it to the top. Be ready, I'm coming.
So David Lopez, Anthony Mora coming up next. Guys, David Lopez, another prospect coming out of the Bay Area. Of course, Devin Haney, we'll see him tomorrow night with ties to the Bay Area. But I know, Barack, you in particular, you've been very impressed with Lopez thus far in his career.
I think he's special. I think he's very special. I think we're going to see that tonight. I don't like to put all my chips in on a fighter so early, but I'm all in.
I mean, also, look, he admires and emulates a great like Andre Ward, right? I mean, if anybody is emulating a guy like that, you got to expect something special. But he's confident. He plays the part. I think this kid is going to go far. I'm with Barack on this one.
Yeah, not only does he idolize Andre Ward, he's been around Andre a long time. Go back and watch the Paul Smith fight or the Sullivan Barrera.
Right.
Little David Lopez holding the belts, walking to the ring with Andre Ward. So, you know, it's obviously a nice anecdote to look back on, but he's been around those big stages. He knows what to expect. He knows where he's headed in his pro career.
Kind of like Devin Haney walking in Zab Judah, and look where Devin Haney is now.
Yeah, I mean, and the kid is slim. Look, he's 6 feet tall, only 20 years old. That's super light. I see him going further,
Man,
you know,
he has
middleweight.
dimensions of 168 pounds.
Exactly.
As David Lopez continues his pro journey towards a potential world title shot down the road. How about a guy who's right on the brink of one, who's standing by with Overtime Tom?
Hey, thank you, fellas. I am down here with Elijah the Wolf Pierce, having the belt on. You dominated OTX 5. How are we feeling?
I'm doing well, man. I'm always feeling good. You know, out here showing support to the other fighters. You know, just feeling good, feeling great. You know, of course, it's always exciting to see it because they make me want to get in there. I can't wait for June 28th.
Yeah, I know. You just got in there 4 weeks ago. Now you got another one in a little bit. Tell me, what's the plan now? Are you in training? Are you waiting a little bit? When are you going to start getting ready for that next fight?
Yeah, I'm already training right now. You know what I'm saying? I got a big surprise coming next week. I'm going to announce. You know, I'm not trying to spill the beans too early, but like I said, people are going to see. And at the end of the day, you know, it's been a lot of little heckling and everything because of the last performance. But, you know, a real champ, that's what we do. We get knocked down, we get back up, and we handle business, you know, and I got the stoppage in the 4th round. So, ultimately, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for what's to come. June 28th, I'm going to catch another body.
And where will that fight be? Do you know who your opponent is? Tell us about it a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be here in Atlanta, Georgia, at OTX 8. Absolutely. And the guy's name is Lorenzo Parra from Venezuela. He's 22-1. You know, he actually was the first overtime round, matter of fact. So, you know, it's going to be a good showing, man. I'm excited. I'm ready. Feeling good, feeling strong already. Camp is going good. Ready to put on the show like I do.
You always do. Speaking of a show, we got another fight coming up in just a minute. Elijah the Wolf Pierce, the champ. Back to you guys in the booth.
So much, Tom. Elijah Pierce, Lorenzo Parra coming up on OTX 8. We saw them face off in the ring, get into it a little bit last time out. Can't wait for that one, and can't wait for our next bout between David Lopez and Anthony Mora. Let's send it up to Lupe Contreras.
This contest, 6-round super lightweight division, making his ring walk, Anthony Mora.
Comes the 3-1-1 Anthony Mora, who we last saw scoring a second-round knockout victory over Jose Miguel Susana in the Dominican Republic last month. Mora already had that fight on the schedule when he was called to face David Lopez, but he said, can I go ahead with this fight anyway? Picked up a nice knockout victory there last month, so coming into this bout, guys, with absolutely no ring rust.
No ring rust and confidence. He's going to need it because he has a tough fight ahead of him.
He's going to need more than confidence, Barack.
35-year-old Anthony Mora, who at first wanted to get into mixed martial arts, but the MMA classes were too expensive. But as it often does, boxing welcomed him with open arms.
Very cheap sport to take up. Inexpensive.
His counterpart, David Lopez.
David Lopez enters the OTE arena for the second time. Saw him last August scoring a first-round knockout over Joseph Suero, season 1 of Overtime Boxing. That meant he cashed in one of those knockout bonuses, and with that money, he bought himself a pair of 1985 Jordan 1s that apparently cost $1.2K. Those bags, those duffel bags full of cash, they're stuffed full.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, one of the things that I find really interesting about his story is, though he's been boxing for so long, he only has 30-some amateur fights, which he's been preserved. He hasn't been banged up with 300 amateur fights like a lot of these young fighters. I think that might be a route to go.
All right, we're ready to see David Lopez in action once more, so let's send it back up to Lupe Contreras.
We continue on boxing's newest proving ground, the OTE Arena, Atlanta, Georgia. It is OTX Friday Night Fights, powered by C4 Energy. This contest, 6 rounds or less in the super lightweight division. Our judges at ringside calling the action. We have Carl Williams, Ed Canner, and Pat Cronin. At the sound of the bell, the man in charge of the ring, referee Nate Mann. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters wearing white with red trim on the scale. He registered an official 141 1/4 pounds tonight. This come forward all action fighter enters the OTX ring with a record of 3 victories against 1 loss, 1 bout even. 2 of his victories coming by way of KO. Repping the DR and fighting out of New Britain, Connecticut, Anthony Toro Rocco Mora. His opposition, the red corner, wearing gray with black trim, he weighed in at a ripped and ready 142 pounds. Coming off an explosive first round KO. Tonight, this 2-time national amateur champion and one of the top prospects in the sport returns to the OTX ring, an undefeated pro with 4 victories. 3 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Oakland, California, David Dynamite Lopez.
All right, gentlemen, one of the rules in the dressing room. We are going to have a clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Do we have anything to say to our opponents right now before we start this fight? Any last word? Touch gloves, come out fighting.
So ready to go with our second bout of the evening. David Lopez, Anthony Mora, 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. David Lopez started boxing early at the age of 5. As Ak pointed out, not too many amateur bouts. Considering his amateur pedigree, they've taken a very judicious approach to how they've moved him through the amateurs and now here into the pros, learning from the likes of Andre Ward, as we talked about, but also under the learning tree of Floyd Mayweather for a period of time as well.
Right. You don't need a whole bunch of amateur fights when you're at the national level after your 10th fight. You know, it's all about skill and the skill level that you acquire, so you don't need 400.
I mean, look, there are a lot of guys that fought tons of fights and were involved in a lot of national tournaments. I think that was purposely done. It was strategized, not making them fight too much.
We already saw that snappy jab of David Lopez, and Barack, when we were looking at film earlier on in the week, that stood out to you instantly.
Oh, 100%. Not just that, he also had, look at his feet. His feet remind me of Shakur Stevenson. He's always in range when he wants to be and out of range when he doesn't want to be, and that's with his feet.
Distance, yep.
Short left hand on the inside, places that left hand to the body immediately afterwards.
Size is so good for this division, his size. He knows how to use his length.
Mora trying to find his way to the inside. The dimensions of the ring are working in his favor. The dimensions of David Lopez certainly are not, as he's running into that jab and those check right hooks time and time again.
His feet are planted into the mat. Not good with his feet right now, so it's easy for Lopez to control the distance right now. He's not hopping in and out, lateral movement, nothing.
I just want to see Mora do something to get inside. Don't just push your head inside.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He has to move his feet.
Do something to get inside it. See, look, he wants to get inside, but he's not throwing anything.
Mora did say that a patient approach in the early going would be important for him. He feels that if he could take Lopez into the deeper rounds, that using some of that aggression, it'll pay dividends a little bit later in the fight. The trick is you have to get out of the early rounds.
Yeah, he's taking too many shots in the first round.
Lopez's gloves looks, I know they're both 8 ounce, but they just look so much smaller than
Hard left
Morris.
hand down the pipe there, and you're right.
Black
Those
glove.
are puncher's gloves, grayish gloves, coming right down the pipe. And Anthony Mora on another one, snaps his head back, and he tumbles onto the ring apron.
I think this fight is over, Kobe. I don't see Mora wanting to get up after that shot. You can see the look on his face. It's going to be an early night and another bonus, a new pair of sneakers for Lopez. Yes.
And that is it. Go get yourself a new pair of J's, David Lopez.
As he does his little victory dance.
All right, guys, that was just casual dominance from David Lopez. And of course, you know, the opposition is what it was, but you still have to be of a certain caliber to make it look that easy.
Absolutely. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. If a guy doesn't belong there, you show him.
It was the straight left that did it. Straight left sent him out the ring. The judge had to literally stop him from falling onto the floor.
Yeah, almost in the judge's lap. No judges necessary in our first 2 bouts. David Lopez with another first-round knockout here on OTX. And certainly living up to the hype thus far in his pro career.
As that Tommy Hearns frame, and I know it's early to say, but long right hand. I mean, he's from the southpaw stance, but I like the kid's style and I like his potential.
Right, because not often do you see the slickness, you know, the ring IQ like that, and a bunch of power.
Exactly. At such a young age. The Bay has another one, Corey.
He was ranked #1 in the nation in his weight class for 2 consecutive years before turning pro. And he's got the crowd here in Atlanta fired up.
Here comes the bag.
There it is.
I think Nathan Lugo spent a little bit of it before he got it.
The little light there. And go pick up some Travis Scotts or some Off-Whites.
All right, well, Overtime Tom is standing by with some of the friends of David Lopez who are here in attendance. What's going on, Tom?
Hey, thank you, fellas. I am here with childhood friend Tariq, his boy. How we feel watching your guy knock someone out?
Man, it's explosive, man. I feel like I'm out there with him. It's pretty nice. It's dope. He's coming for everything right now.
And then when you were watching, you were saying we want the money. Yeah. Obviously, it was a first-round knockout. Talk to me about you knew he could do it?
Oh, of course. I don't put nothing past him, man. He's explosive. He's determined, and he's focused.
And you've known him for a long time. At what point did you kind of see that this could be his future?
Honestly, I've known him for maybe like probably 5+ years. He grew up with my little god sister, and he's always been that kid that was always himself. He was never trying to be somebody else. So him taking this leap, and this has always been his future. He's always been doing this. So him staying focused proves him different from everybody else.
I put you in the ring with him right now. Who wins?
I'm gonna win. I'm his big brother.
There you go, Tariq. We'll let you celebrate with David. Congrats, man. Back to you guys.
Let's go, David.
Thank you so much, Tom. All right, we are ready to make this one official. Let's send it back up to Lupe.
Inside the OTX ring, referee Nate Mann completes a count of 10 with an official time of 2 minutes, 38 seconds of the opening round, declaring the winner by way of knockout, still undefeated, and taking home his 2nd consecutive KO bonus, David Dynamite Lopez.
So David Lopez, now 5-0 as a professional. This is really a child prodigy boxer who's been doing interviews about his career since the age of 10, and he's about to do another one with our Aliyah Orozco.
I'm joined now with the winner, David Dynamite Lopez. That was an incredible knockout performance in the first round. Tell us what you saw to set that up.
He was kind of slow. I know I had a lot of openings, so I took all the openings that he was giving me. He was a tough, durable guy, and I told him I had to him.
Well, earlier this week, we talked about how much influence Andre Ward has had on you and your career. Did you use any of the advice Andre has given you over the years in the ring tonight?
Yeah, what I took from Dre tonight was to try and keep everything basic. You know, a lot of guys when they're early in their career like this, they feel the need to show off and, do everything. I thought I did that a little bit. So, I'll go back to the drawing board and improve off of this for sure.
Most definitely. And tell us the dance moves that we just saw.
I just did like a little Playboy Cardi dance from one of his music videos.
I love that. As a southpaw fighter, you bring such a unique style to each fight. How did you utilize your stance and your style to dominate and secure the win tonight?
Since he was a righty, I was trying to circle to my right and set up the left hand, and as you can see, it was landing, and that was there for me.
Well, congratulations. We are so happy for you, David. How are you celebrating tonight?
I'm going to go back to my room and just chill out. We back to the drawing board.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys. Congrats.
Thank you so much, Aaliyah. So Nathan Lugo won't have any company in the VIP. Well, I guess Nathan Lugo's 19. What is he actually going to do here tonight?
No, too young, too early in the stage of his career.
David Lopez, very, very composed, and a composed finisher, as you see here tonight. We take a look back at some of the highlights.
Oh, that straight left was just so laser-like. And he even critiqued his own performance. He said, no, I did a little bit of that. And I thought he stuck to the basics, but obviously he got more in store.
There's the Playboy Cardi dance. As we take a look at the final punch stats here, one-way traffic for David Lopez in this one. Take a look at the CompuBox punch stats. 14-2, and it was that left hand right down the pipe that closed the show. David Dynamite Lopez with another dynamite performance here in the ATL. Well, coming up next, it is the start of the OTX 154-pound tournament. You see the first round on either side of the bracket. The left side of the bracket will get underway here tonight. The next two fights, Friday, May 31st, and the semifinals and finals a little bit later on this year. A tremendous-looking tournament full of guys looking for an opportunity, and they will find it here on Overtime Boxing. The contest is up next. The Mexican-born Angel Ruiz taking on the Argentinian Olympian Francisco Bebu Verón. Verón and Ruiz is coming up next, but see right now, Kurt Scoby, who we'll see in our main event, making the walk down the beautiful hallways of the OTE arena. The proud vegan as well, munching on some celery as he heads into the venue. He'll be looking to devour the lone wolf, Dakota Linger, who always brings it. Dakota Linger has caused turbulence for so many prospects, would-be contenders, and of course we all remember that upset win over Josue Vargas at Madison Square Garden. Dakota Linger looking for another one of those upsets.
Well, he has nothing to lose. He's the type of guy, look, he's a police officer. His father's a police officer. The whole family. He loves that job. Boxing is the thing he does for fun. Nothing to lose. He's going to put it all in the ring.
Well, he's got a scary assignment in Kurt Scoby here tonight. One of the most intense fighters that we've been around over the last few years, and you guys got to spend a little bit more time with him earlier on this week.
Yeah, we got to learn a little bit of his journey, and he's been through a lot. Came from the foster care, and now he's headlining tonight, so he has a lot to fight for.
All right, well, let's take a closer look at Kurt Scoby.
Scoby is smelling blood in the water. Scoby. Kurt Scoby here. Scoby. Kurt Scoby. 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 Feel on the danger of Kurt Scoby.
What's going on, Fight fans? This is your boy Ak.
And I'm Barack the Boxing Bully.
Brooklyn boys are back, that's right, with a young, talented fighter. We're going to get into some non-boxing talk.
Absolutely. So, we always challenging fighters. So we took Scoby to a football field.
We're going to see if his running back skills are really the truth, all right? It's Out the Box, Rock and Barack.
Bless you, bro. Bless you, bro. My name is Barack, man. Pleasure, bro.
We're sitting here with the man himself by way of Cali, but he's in Brooklyn now. One of the hottest young talent in all the boxing right now, Scoby.
Yeah. What's up, champ?
Grinding.
We like to talk about other things outside of the sport. Obviously, you have an interesting story. I really want to just tap into your youth. And the struggles that you've dealt with.
My childhood was just, it was pretty rough. Where a point where you don't know what's the next meal. A lot of abuse.
Physical abuse?
Yeah, physical abuse, but it made me who I am now, you know what I mean? So we could talk about then, and then we could talk about now, but then made me who I am now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, as a child, you must have been upset to some degree.
Nah, never upset.
Never?
So you was okay with the circumstances?
It was okay. I grew up way faster than I need to. In my life, I don't live with regrets or grudges.
Talk to me about football. Like, when was football introduced in your life?
5 years old, when I knew instantly that could change my life. That could get me out of the situation I'm in now.
How were you disciplined?
The discipline came from me knowing that I cannot be sleeping on the floor. If I can do this sport and I score touchdowns, I can get another meal. Someone can help me put food on my stomach.
Damn.
I was either in football or boxing. I was fighting all the time.
Well, are you the face of OTX?
Man, it's a lot of talking. I mean, I'll show you what's up, because that leaves people to answer that. And the right people will answer the right question.
Let's play some football.
Yeah.
Down to height.
Oh, come on. Oh, you can throw too. Thank you, man. All natural, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Barack, was that you getting burned off the line there? But Kurt's got understandably.
That was Ak. I threw the pass.
Well, let's take a look at the OTX 154-pound tournament bracket. Of course, tonight's fights: Angel Ruiz, Francisco Varone coming up next, Brandon Adams and Ismael Villarreal. That'll be coming up after our next contest. And on the other side of the bracket, a fantastic-looking fight between Katsarakis and Abdu Dakarov and Vlad Hernandez and Robert Terry. But we're ready to kick things off with this one. Francisco Varone and Angel Ruiz. The hardcore fans, a lot of them, have this one circled as a potential show stealer. You see Varone with a slight reach advantage here tonight. 2 volume punchers, a tiny ring, the first round of a tournament. Lots to be excited about here tonight. Well, let's take a closer look at these two fighters.
I'm trying to be the best in the world. I want everybody knows my name. I'm Angel Ruiz. I'm from Tijuana, Baja California. I'm different. I have speed, I have power. Beast mentality.
Sé estudiar mucho a mi rival una vez que estoy arriba y soy inteligente para pelear. O sea, lo descifro rápido y no me dejo pegar. Bueno, soy Francisco Verón, más conocido como el Bebu. Soy argentina de Buenos Aires. Todos me dicen que soy muy inteligente y que sé resolver más rápido que los demás.
I don't know if he's scared, but I don't care.
Bueno, mi objetivo en esta pelea es salir campeón, salir victorioso.
My goal is just to win, but I probably knock him out. That's it.
We kick off the OTX Super Welterweight Tournament. Making his ring walk, Angel Ruiz.
Well, Angel Ruiz using one of the most iconic walkout songs in boxing history, one that once belonged to to Arturo Gatti, and he's trying to bring that same mentality into the ring here tonight. This is an all-action fighter. We've seen him in some terrific fights, like the one back in April of 2021 against Bobby Mominov on Ring City, USA. And then last time out, a 6-round KO over the former champion Louis Collazo on ProBox TV.
Yeah, this kid is tough. I mean, but playing Arturo Gatti, there's some big shoes to fill, you know. But he's a tough kid. He spars with guys like Munguia, so we can expect something.
And he admires Collazo. I mean, you mentioned Collazo, who's also respected in the game. He admires him a lot, and he was honored to share the ring with him. Big puncher.
His opposition, Francisco Verón.
The undefeated Francisco Verón, the Argentinian Olympian, makes his way to the ring. He comes from a fighting family. Many of his brothers are also pro boxers. One of his brothers, Eduardo Francisco, is one of the most respected social scientists in all of Argentina, and Francisco was a pre-candidate for mayor in his hometown as well. He doesn't have to fight. He loves to fight.
And I always respect guys like that. That's why Jake Paul is big on my list. A guy that was making money before boxing. To get into this brutal sport,
he wasn't making that much money. He wasn't making money.
We continue inside the newest proving ground in professional boxing, OTE Arena, Atlanta, Georgia. This is OTX Friday Night Fights, powered by C4 Energy. We kick off the OTX Super Middleweight Tournament this bout. 10 rounds or less, supervising for the World Boxing Council, Robert Linhart. Our judges at ringside, Carl Williams, Ed Canner, and Pat Cronin. At the sound of the bell, the man in charge of keeping the action going, referee Malik Waleed. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters wearing white with the colors of Mexico, green, white, and red. He weighed in at a chiseled 154 pounds tonight. He enters the OTX ring for the 22nd time as a pro with an outstanding record of 18 victories against 2 losses, 1 bout even, and 13 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting straight out of TJ, Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, Ángel Relámpago Ruiz.
Yes.
His opposition across the ring, the red corner. Wearing white with blue trim, he weighed in at an identical 154 pounds. As an amateur, he received the ultimate honor of representing his homeland at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And now, he enters the OTX ring, an undefeated professional with 13 victories, 1 bout even, 10 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Buenos Aires, Argentina, Francisco Verón.
Okay, gentlemen, you both have been given the rules. I'm expecting good, clean boxing. When I say break, stop punching, take a full step back. Remember, protect yourselves at all times. Any questions here? Any questions there? All right, good luck to you both.
We are ready to kick off the OTX 154-pound tournament. Francisco Verón off the first blemish on his pro record, an 8-round draw with Jahai Tucker last December on the Ramirez Espinoza undercard on Angel Ruiz. We mentioned coming off his career best victory over Louis Collazo. And Verón really ran into a guy in Jahai Tucker who just did not mesh with him stylistically in that fight. Angel Ruiz, entertainment-wise, he basically meshes with everyone.
Absolutely.
And that Verón, you know, that was a... I don't.
And look, is it safe to say that when you think of Argentina, you think of boxing? I mean, we always think Mexico, Puerto Rico, but Argentina has put out great fighters in the last 15, 20 years, and this kid.
Counter right hook there. Saw that right hook from Angel Ruiz already. That's a shot that he loves to throw, kind of leaning back, throwing that right hook. Sometimes, though, does get himself into a little bit of trouble, leaving the chin up in the air as he throws that shot, but contact is not something that Ruiz tends to shy away from.
Right. As a left-handed fighter on the right, they're just stepping on each other's feet, but they're feeling each other out. Just Ruiz is letting his hands go down.
But I do like the jab that Veron is placing, and his distance is pretty good. He's stepping back. Got hit with a shot there, but to that point, his distance was pretty good, not getting hit with shots, knowing when to pull back.
Nice left hand over the top there from Angel Ruiz. I've seen a couple of right hands connect from Francisco Veron. Both guys doing good work here in the early going. And as promised, these are two volume punchers, very different kinds of volume punchers. I think if Ruiz had his way, he would want to be working on the inside a lot more. Veron isn't your typical volume puncher. He's not really a tuck behind a high guard, walk you down kind of guy. He typically just has his hands moving at all times, just constant motion, constantly giving you something to worry about.
See, Veron is stalking pretty well now. I mean, he's sometimes you can put pressure without throwing punches if you know how to move forward and make a guy back up, and that's what Veron is doing now, just placing a jab.
Yeah, but I think he's already felt the power. Right? See that?
But he's still backing up. He's still not moving forward.
That's what I mean. He felt Veron's power already. And even that left hook just now that landed kind of moved Ruiz.
It's effective stalking right now. Good left hook by Veron.
Yeah, nice shot there from Veron. Ruiz trying to come back with a left hand of his own. He's finding himself with his back on the ropes often, and he eats another left hook there from Veron. Veron just punishing Ruiz right now. Final 10 seconds of this round.
He's getting around that right foot, stepping on it, but doing what he's supposed to do against a southpaw.
Excellent opening round for Veron. We'll see what adjustments on how Ruiz will make. And with that, let's listen in to Ruiz's corner.
That jab, son. You hear me? I need more on that jab. You hear me? Huh? How you feel? Yeah, you good? All right, you look good. But you got to stay busy. You hear me? I need that double jab, up and down and up. You hear me? And put that straight left hand with it, okay? Put your combinations together, all right? Give me a little head movement, walk him to the right, walk him to the left, okay? Keep moving, all right? Using your legs. Okay, take a deep breath. Good job, okay? Hey, let's pick up on that jab and keep that head movement, all right? Box this guy, all right? Good job. Be focused. Stay focused.
Both these guys are game. This is a good matchup.
Round two begins. No panic in the corner of Angel Ruiz thus far. Certainly not unusual to see Ruiz taking some shots, and there we see him firing that left hand over the top to kick off round two.
Yeah, and Eric Brown, Ruiz's trainer, who used to train like Paulie Malignaggi and Kid Charles, he still he needs him a jab, but he's not just jab, but you got to move your feet. You got to move your feet to just standing in front of Veron and you're taking a shot.
Interesting. One of Verona's favorite fighters is Gervonta Davis, who Ruiz more emulates his style with the left hand.
That was a nice shot from Ruiz. Veron complaining about it potentially being behind the head. Veron now digging downstairs to the body, but he gets countered up top. Big left hook there from Veron.
Veron is dropping Ruiz is dropping his right hand often, so that left hook is landing every time.
And a beautiful uppercut as well. Veron with a wide variety of offense thus far.
Good left hook to the body by Veron.
He's going to have to do more than just standing there covering up, because some of those shots are getting through the guards by
He's looking for that left hand over the top. Slipping out of the way, and now again has Ruiz against the ropes. And Ruiz is doing some good work along the ropes, but again, he has to take a lot of punishment to get those shots off.
Yeah, the big shots are coming from Verone. If you look, there's a mouse under the right eye. Ruiz.
All right, well, Overtime Tom is backstage with a very interested observer of this fight.
Hey, thank you, fellas. I am here with Brandon Adams. Now, you are watching a couple guys. You will fight the winner, but we'll talk about it in a second. You seem so relaxed right now, so easy going. Is that how you always are before a fight, or you just experience? Where does that come from?
It comes from experience, of course. Just being in the locker room, I want to transfer my energy to everybody. That way they can go give me back that big energy. So, you know, it's crucial. It's very important that you love what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing.
It's awesome. You guys are dancing. It's a good time here now. You're watching a couple fighters. You, assuming you win, you will face the winner here. Do you care which one it is? Do you have any preference? Do you have any predictions?
No, I don't mind. I just need the person in front of me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to be a part of this tournament and win. So it doesn't matter who's in front of me. I appreciate the challenge. I'm going to keep challenging myself and leveling up. And these guys, they bring what they need to bring to the table to match that.
That's awesome. Can I get a prediction for your fight tonight?
Brandon the Cannon Adams. His name.
There you go, guys. I can't wait for it. Back to you.
Brandon Adams looking to potentially win another tournament and also auditioning for Lupe Contreras' job.
You know, there's more at stake with this tournament. As we mentioned, with the becoming a mandatory for the WBC silver belt. A lot to look forward to, because obviously that will lead to a world title eventually.
Take a look at some of the action for the previous round. A lot of Francisco Verone highlights from round 2.
Absolutely. That left hand right there found a home every time. He got hit in the back of the head right there by Ruiz. But that left hand literally landed almost every time he threw it.
Take a look in Verone's corner right now.
It's breathing kind of hard, you know. I wonder if he can keep up that pace.
Round 3 underway. Dominant second round there for Francisco Verone, who spent a lot of time sparring Virgil Ortiz over the last year or so. And
talk about great work.
Well, yeah, and Verone said that he thought that he might have a 3-fight contract on the table from Top Rank. He said that didn't materialize, so he's going to do it the hard way. He's going to try and run his way through this bracket and try and kick the door open himself.
Hey, at least he's getting paid every time out, so that don't hurt.
He's doing a good job. I think probably have him up.
As they should.
And Ruiz is going to have to make some calls. He's going to start with the jab. He starts with the jab.
I mean, he's looking busy in there, but not effective.
Look how more effective he is with the jabs. Well,
nice counter shot there from Verone. That one might have staggered Angel Ruiz.
Well, you talked about Ruiz's mouse on the bottom of his right eye, but Verone also on his left eye is swollen, almost shut. Not sure if that came from a headbutt or a punch. Might have been one of those right hooks.
Those right hooks, definitely. This is a better round. See, the jab. It's that jab, too. It's a better round.
Good action here.
Now we're getting the fight. Now we are getting the fight.
As good as things have been looking for Francisco Verone, that eye is a serious, serious problem.
Yes. And this is a 10-round fight, Corey, so we have some time left. Only in round 3, and that eye is almost closed shut.
You notice how Eric Brown was so calm in the corner. I think he knows because this guy spars with Munguia, and he's tough like Munguia. And as time goes on, Munguia gets stronger, and maybe Ruiz does too.
Well, that, and I think there's an obvious game plan, guys. He is oh, good shot.
A little showboating.
Yep.
Paid for it with a straight left jab afterwards.
For Ruiz, again, an obvious target now. Just keep jabbing, keep throwing those right hooks. But Francisco Verone not letting adding up. The volume continues from the Argentinian Olympian.
You have to do some good work. Hopefully he has a good cut, man. Use the inswell. Bring that swelling down a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to have quite the assignment here tonight.
No distance. Out of position, trying to throw it left hand.
I think Ruiz was doing well in the beginning of the round. Now he's not letting his hands go as much.
Like I said, Ruiz looks busy at times, but Verón is the more effective fighter here, stalking him consistently.
Obviously, Ruiz has sneaky power because that eye is closing on Verón.
Well, if you based it on what these guys look like, I mean, Verón is the guy you don't want to be.
Oh, see? I told you, it's the jab. The jab is probably peppering that eye up.
I still haven't seen an inswell coming out of ice on that eye. Somebody forgot the inswell.
There it is.
Okay. This was a much more competitive round. Ebbs and flows, back and forth. Still, probably Verón did the most damage, but it seems like Ruiz is landing hard shots as well. That was a good left hook by Verón. He kind of throws the left hook almost like a jab.
Linger's team in here as well. Verón's corner. Linger's trainer.
Round 4 underway. And even if you thought that Verón won that round, I think it's obvious, guys, that there are shots from Ruiz that are landing now that weren't landing earlier. Part of it is that Ruiz is just more active with his jab and with that hook, but part of it is that Verón obviously can't quite see those shots the way that he could in rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I do see Verón answering back. When Ruiz does land those shots, Verón answers back right away. So he's not letting him get that much confident.
Verón almost knocked the WBC patch off Ruiz's shorts.
Mauricio Suleiman would not like that. Who stitched that up?
He's going to come iron it back on for him right now between rounds.
Combination on the inside there from Ruiz. Nice uppercut. Again, the activity of Verón, it remains his calling card, because even after good shots like that land from Ruiz, Verón is just busy. He's finishing, he's getting the last word in these exchanges, but Ruiz landed a nice shot there, a 3-punch combination, and another one over the top.
I think maybe Verón is the busier fighter, but maybe the harder shots might not look like that, but maybe the harder shots is being landed by Ruiz.
According to that eye, you're right, Barack.
Well, this is a pattern of fight. It's a pattern of a fight that Ruiz is very comfortable with. We saw this against Bobby Mominov, where Mominov is winning rounds, but Ruiz just kept scoring enough knockdowns to win the fight.
Yeah, right.
So Ruiz relies very much on his power, and he told us coming into this fight, he thought he was going to win by knockout.
Right.
I'll say this. Well, there he goes, Barack. The patch came completely off.
Oh, they got to stop. Oh, got to iron this back on.
Somebody's getting fired at the WBC.
Stop the fight. Iron that back.
And this is a good round for Ruiz. Might be one of his best rounds. We're a little bit past halfway through the round.
Couple nice right hands from Verón, though.
And here comes Verón trying to steal the round.
Verón has to be discouraged right now. He's landing the most shots, and Ruiz just keeps coming with hard shots.
Nice little slide back. I think the conditioning of these two fighters is going to determine who finishes strong, because they're both being really busy now. Verón is obviously the attacker.
Now 20 seconds of round 4. This fight delivering as advertised as we kick off the OTX 154-pound tournament. Nice left hand, sweeping shot there from Angel Ruiz, and he wipes the table with a nice right hook as well.
Good action here at
Verón
OTX.
again, what do we say about the last word? Tremendous action there in round 4. All right, let's toss it back over to Overtime Tom, who I understand is monitoring the YouTube chat.
Thank you, fellas. Yes, I am down here. We got a lot going on in this YouTube chat with a great fight. Currently, Francisco Veron, the audience says 55% he is going to win. Angel Ruiz only at 45%. We'll see who can come out with it. We'll see who's correct. Then we got a lot of great people in here. Jason Ayala says Ruiz is going to get a knockout. We got Malik Baptiste who's calling it that Ruiz will knock him out in the 5th round. Strike Buddy says blue shorts. We got a lot of different people in here asking about all the different fights. Public Enemy, Ruiz is so strong. Jaden, I like this fight more than any other fight I've ever watched. So we got a lot going on in this YouTube chat. Keep throwing comments. Keep letting us know where you are. YouTube chat, let us know where you're watching from. What city, what country. Comment right now, and we'll check it out. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks so much, Tom. So still almost a 50-50 fight in the eyes of the audience right now. And speaking of eyes, I think the doctor's going to take a look at the left eye of Francisco Veron.
Yeah, definitely not that bad. Looks bad, but Veron is ready to fight. There's no way he's going to allow that doctor to stop this fight.
Round 5 underway. A little bit of a different tone in the corner of Angel Ruiz. Eric Brown, very calm earlier, now slapping his fighter in the face.
Well, he sees, look, Veron's eye is shedding. Please, let's put more pressure on that left eye. Keep shooting that jab and that right hook.
Yeah, he also sees what CompuBox sees, that Veron has thrown probably double the amount of shots as Ruiz.
Which is why I have him ahead in this fight. I'm not officially scoring. Listen, I don't want to be wrong at the end, so I won't score it. Little headbutt there.
I like Veron's time. Counting with that hook. His rather the jab.
Good body shot by Ruiz.
Body there from
left hand to the body. I think Ruiz needs to do a little bit more head movement himself. But he's landing a big left hand. I don't think Veron sees it coming.
A lot of these shots Veron is throwing, he's throwing it while closing that left eye. He's experiencing a lot of pain in that left eye right now.
Well, the eye is closing, but Ruiz is closing the distance as well. And Veron seems to be okay with it. He's inviting some of this inside work, but this is where Ruiz has done some of the best work we've seen from him in the last little while.
And that's his front eye. Now that's where he's everything. He doesn't see that right jab coming at all.
Well, we do see this pattern, obviously, in fighters who are experiencing some vision loss. If they're struggling with it, if you can get in close, you have a little more feel. You can feel some shots coming that you can't see from long distance.
And I do see a sense of urgency in Veron's energy right now because of the eye. Once the doctor takes a look.
Big shot there from Ruiz. Veron's head snaps back, and he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, Ruiz smells blood. I think Veron got his composure back. It was a big shot.
I think he ate it well, but it was a huge shot. You know, a lot of these rounds, guys, are hard to score right now at this stage in the fight.
I say Veron recovered very well from that shot. He took that left hand. The legs seem to be moving in the wrong direction, but he's gathered himself, and he is back throwing in the center of the ring.
And I don't really think it's hard to score. I mean, we see who's landing more shots. But then again, who's landing the hard?
But Ruiz is landing big left hands. He landed a few downstairs and upstairs in this round.
There again, you see a little bit of stutter step there from Veron. And to correct myself from earlier, I think that Veron's having some footwork issues, maybe with some of the emblems here in the ring or with his stance.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, big shots from Ruiz landing in this round.
Yeah, Ruiz is getting into rhythms and pockets, but then Veron is stopping that because he's answering back right away, so he's not letting him get in a real rhythm. There goes that left hand.
Oh, beautiful left by Ruiz.
Definitely stunned for a quick second. Ooh.
That left hook momentarily hurt Veron, but he got his composure pretty quick.
You can't do it with one punch. You ain't gonna to get it done with one punch. I need combination punches. When you get inside, you start going underneath, coming back over the top. Back him up. Angel, do you want this fight? Yes, sir. All right, damn it, then do your job.
One more round.
Hey, you keep the pressure on this guy. You keep throwing punches. You keep putting the pressure on this guy. You're going to stop him. You're going to stop it, but you got to work.
I wonder if compy boxers count every ground shots. That's 2 right there. I count 2. 2 slaps.
Angel Ruiz not flashing tremendous defense in the corner there. Just, eating those right hooks. Here we go to round 6.
It's funny, Ruiz is moving forward now. Remember how the fight started.
Brown told him to back him up.
Ruiz, again, just one of those fighters who's very, very confident in his power. And he can be patient in those early rounds. We saw that in the early going. For the last 2 rounds or so, you're seeing Ruiz taking strides to get to the inside a little bit more often.
And his eye hasn't become a problem. That mouse is it's non-existent right now.
I think Ruiz has to be careful reaching with that wild left hook. Like that.
Quickly.
And then lifting up his back leg.
Let's.
Shots to the body there from Angel Ruiz. Just a straight left hand right along the belt line of Francisco Verón.
Is it me or Verón not throwing as many punches?
No, he's certainly not. Verón kind of focusing defensively right now, backing up. Wonder if he's just being a little bit more judicious with his output, or is he actually struggling with vision? Is he starting to tire?
I think Ruiz is starting to close the gap. You know, we're halfway through the fight. With 5 rounds, I still have Verón ahead. But Ruiz is closing that gap for sure. And here comes Verón again.
Quick combination on the inside there, that left hook. 5th punch of that combination, that one landed. Verón perhaps tapping into those energy reserves right now here in the 6th round. Again, this is a 10-round fight.
The perfect example of 2 guys, neither guy want to lose.
Everybody else in this tournament looking at these guys, no matter who wins, I'm in for a war.
Great matchup by the OTX fam here for this tournament.
Yeah, excellent matchmaking. I mean, this is an undefeated Olympian who doesn't have to enter tournaments like this against a guy, Angel Ruiz, who needs opportunities like this if he does want to kind of break out of the area that he's been placed in the boxing industry as kind of a high-level guy you'd bring in to test potentially a contender. He has a chance to become a contender if he can win this tournament.
Absolutely. He doesn't want to be stuck as a good sparring partner and making his money there. He wants to go on and win world titles.
Final moments here of round 6. The pace slowing down only slightly. Terrific action between Verón and Ruiz.
Boxing is beautiful, but at the same time it's difficult, you know, because we're coming from nothing, and that's why we're fighting, because we want to be in the top levels and we want to support our family. You gotta be hungry if you want to do it. So I respect all the fighters. That's why I respect every single boxer.
Stay with him. Don't wait. Stay off the rope. Stay off the rope. Stay out of corner. Do not let him push you back to the rope. Do not let him push you back to the ropes. You hear? Okay, let's go, baby. Come on.
I think they're doing a good job on that eye of the rope.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, you know, compared to how it looked earlier in the fight. I mean, that is masterful and swell work.
Yeah, no, the problem is that once he gets back into action and it gets touched, it swells
all right.
up. Right?
As long as you leave the corner, where they're looking good.
Pretty close now, guys.
He's closing.
And actually, his right eye is getting a little swollen. He's getting touched, but his energy in there doesn't show that.
Ruiz's face looking a little fresh there.
Yes. He's like his mouse went away.
Literally, he comes from the school of Bungie.
Good body attack.
Nice counter shot to the body there from Ruiz as well, but Verón comes right back with 2 left hooks to the body. Boy, Angel Ruiz has been talking about as much as we have during this fight as well. He's been very vocal in trash-talking Bebu Verón throughout this fight.
That does you no good in there. You have to do your talking with your fist. Good body, left hand downstairs and upstairs by Ruiz. I like that counter.
Now Ruiz is backing Verón up because that's what he does better. Like that's what he does better when he's backing Verón up. But the first half of this round, Verón was backing up.
The gap in terms of activity closing right now, according to CompuBox, as of this second, Francisco Verón out-throwing Angel Ruiz 418 to 343. The landed totals right now, 144 to 98 in favor of Francisco Verón.
Yeah, as we all been mentioning, the busier fighter tonight.
That's why I say I don't think it's hard to score these rounds, but I just think that Angel, like Corey said, is relying on his power and thinking, you know what, eventually I'm going to hurt Verón and I'm going to get him out of here. But that might not happen.
Yeah. I mean, he's gotten hit with some big shots and hasn't been hurt, so that might not be a good strategy for Ruiz.
Yeah, you saw the replay a moment ago. Some of those uppercuts starting to land for Ruiz, and he's looking for that shot again.
You know what I think of Ruiz? Even though he might be a naturally hard puncher, his feet is never really under him. He doesn't really punch with great balance, you know. So maybe if his feet was under him, he'd punch a big shot.
Hand over the top from Verón, but back comes Ruiz again talking to Verón. He says, here, I've got one for you as well.
I mean, he's scoring big shots at moments in pockets, but Verón is not letting him get into a rhythm. He's stopping him. Every 30 seconds is coming back.
Final 10 seconds of round 7.
This is
a tough physical fight here in the first round of the OTX 154-pound tournament.
We have a tournament on our hands, for sure.
I think the fans are going to start calling this the Super 8.
Well, there you see the tournament bracket. Of course, is the first round. Ruiz and Verón. Coming up next, Brandon Adams, Ismael Villarreal. The other first-round contest here tonight, and then on Friday, May 31st, we'll see Andreas Katsarakis, Guratillo Abdudakarov, and Vlad Hernandez and Robert Terry. Katsarakis, Abdudakarov fight in particular, that could be an absolute war.
I imagine the finals is going to have some sort of bonus attached to it.
Yeah, they got to come in with 2 bags.
They are doing a good job on the eye, though.
Round 8 underway. Francisco Verón and Angel Ruiz kicking off. Tournament action here tonight in Atlanta. And Ruiz's corner again, just begging him to not back up to the ropes. And Ruiz trying to stand his ground, but again, this is just what Verón does, that activity. And again, he's not your conventional pressure fighter. He's not tucking behind a guard, and he's not one of those zombie pressure fighters necessarily. It's just constant action from Verón. And again, Ruiz finds himself in a bad spot.
I'll say this, though, even in the loss, Ruiz is showing that he's still forced to be reckoned with in there, and he'll get opportunities.
You just wrote the man off already.
Hard right hand over the top.
He's
from
still
Verón.
in this.
Got 3 rounds left, fellas. Verón is not letting up.
Oh, Verón has landed 3 hard flush shots in a row. That drive-by right hand, maybe the best of them. Very different upbringings in the sport for these two men. Verón, we mentioned his Olympic pedigree. Angel Ruiz, a guy who's basically learned in the gym. He sparred everyone from Manny Pacquiao to David Benavidez to Jaime Munguia to Ryan Garcia. Angel Ruiz, maybe we should hire him as a DAZN correspondent. He seems to know everything about the upcoming DAZN schedule.
Yeah. Well, he can take your job, not mine. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not volunteering that, sir. I've got a mortgage.
Yeah, let him do the packets.
No, but you can tell, you know, the technical. Good left by Ruiz. But you can tell who's the more technical fighter, and that's Verón. You know,
perfect 1-2. They're both answering back every time.
This is great.
CompuBox is telling the story though.
Good combination by Verón. That eye is shut, but he's landing these shots. That was a great one, too.
These shots from Verón are landing with more authority and cleaner than they have been in quite some time. The hands of Ruiz are basically at his side as he just absorbs these shots.
Oh, the momentum is definitely with Verón right now, and he's being a little bit more conscious about defense as well. He's slipping shots.
And actually, you know, you guys might be right. Like, the eye is getting better.
I told you. Once in a while, he closes it, but that eye is open. He feels that pain, but it's open.
Now 10 seconds of round A. This has been an excellent round for Bebu Verón. He looks to advance to the semifinals.
Verón really shows some skill in that round.
Ruiz is falling short. He's not doing enough. He's landing big shots, but then he's letting Verón come back with flurries.
That was 4 slaps in a row right now with Eric Brown.
That's Allah Felix Trinidad Senior.
Estos dos últimos más o menos lo manejaste, pero necesitamos más y no podemos perder un round, si querés ganar la pelea. Tenés que meterle por donde sea. Pero no te maté todo en una mano sola. No te maté todo en una mano sola, sí. Dale, decirle más, gritale.
Por favor,
Tirale. Ya. Eso. Suelto, derecha, izquierda. Cruzá, vamos.
His trainer is telling him you have to throw everywhere, hit him from every angle, up, on the gloves, on the elbows, constant pressure, and also the cross.
A little bit of housekeeping to be done in the corner of Francisco Verón. And round 9 now underway. According to CompuBox, Francisco Verón, to this point, has landed 187 punches. Angel Ruiz, 123. That's not a bad total either. Those are numbers that indicate a high-contact, physical fight that we have right before our eyes.
And also, a lot of times, credit to the referee. When you don't see a ref much in a fight, he's doing a good job.
But that's the fighters, because they're not holding.
I mean, there's been some clinching, but he's allowing them to fight out of the clinch, which a lot of refs don't do, so credit to him.
Good point. I don't really remember them holding, actually.
No, not much, though. Short, quick second clinches. These guys want to fight. They want to let their hands go.
Oh, nice right hand again there from Verón.
Great conditioning from both guys.
Ruiz just not able to do a whole lot about that right hand. And if you're an orthodox fighter fighting a southpaw, I mean, this is the game plan. This is plan A, and if it works, just keep throwing that right hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, big shot there from Ruiz.
Every now and then he lands that huge left hand, but not much after.
Right when I'm about to say he's not doing enough. I think Eric Brown slapped him 4 times. They kind of jumpstart him, like, get that fire back.
Yeah, but he's not throwing enough of those left hands. There it goes. And here comes Varone right back. 1-2's been working all night for him.
Trading jabs in the center of the ring there. We approach the final minute of round 9.
Good inside work. Is it safe to say that Varone's a bit faster? I would say so.
He's faster, he's more precise.
More compact with those shots.
Maybe even more conditioned.
Yeah, and you're right, Barack. I mean, when he's landing those big left hands, he's not sitting on those punches. He's not under himself.
And that's Ruiz. No, he's
right.
not.
Ruiz, yes. Almost off balance at times.
Yep.
He's a bit low right on the belt.
For every punch Ruiz lands, Varone lands maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4.
Final 15 seconds of this round. Again, nice shot from Ruiz.
He's not coming back with the right hook.
And Angel Ruiz may have 1 round to pull victory from the jaws of defeat.
My family, my coaches push me to go forward. I want to push myself, and I want to go for everything. Or he knock me out, or I do knock him out. That's it. I want to keep throwing punches and doing my best, like I always do.
Bueno, si llegamos al último round, y ahí se va a demostrar quién tiene más corazón. No, y lo que más me lleva es más que nada el esfuerzo que vengo metiendo, de que tuve mucho sacrificio por detrás, la gente que me apoya, mi novia, mi papá, mi familia y toda la Argentina encima.
And his family is the scientist that you mentioned?
That would be Eduardo Francisco.
Okay. One of he's watching
Social
tonight.
scientist, yes. Well, I don't know that a social scientist would endorse this kind of combat, as these guys have absolutely been going at it. Francisco Varone has landed 40% of his power shots. Angel Ruiz has landed 35% of his power shots to this moment, according to CompuBox.
Speaking of power shots, I think one of them smacked sweating my drink over here.
Hard shot over the top there from Varone. This is the money round, as you just saw up on your screen. A knockout in this round will produce a KO bonus, an extra KO bonus.
Hey, if I predict a knockout, should I get a bonus, Corey?
You know, I don't think we'll see a knockout. I think these guys have already proven they got good beards. And Ruiz turned it up for this round. Might be a bit too late, but he turned it up.
A little too late, a little too late. I think Varone knows he has the fight won, but he's of the pedigree where he's still going to finish strong and very aggressive.
I mean, when you watch the action and you compare it to the data we have from CompuBox, I mean, this has basically been one of those you go and I go type fights, with Varone just slipping more shots than Ruiz does.
Right.
I mean, they're both landing at a really high clip, probably a higher clip than Varone would want, but he's doing just a little bit more, and he's a little bit busier, as we've been talking about.
Look, overall, he's the better fighter, and we're seeing that today. Credit to Ruiz, though. He's game, but just has not done enough to pull this one off. You can't be the guy like Varone throwing one punch at a time. You have to be busy.
Ruiz might need something big here in the final minute of this contest.
You can say, Corey, he needs a knockout to win.
Well, listen, you never know what's going on the judges' scorecard, so I'm going to hedge my bets here. But I think that is the case.
I'm jumping in the ring. Ruiz wins.
about Verone.
Terrific shot there from Verone.
Both guys have shown great beards, even though neither one have one.
Right hand on the pivot there from Verone, and that one rocks on Ruiz back. Final 20 seconds of this contest. Who will move on to face the winner of Brandon Adams and Ismael Villarreal?
Can Ruiz score a knockout in the last 10 seconds? It's not going to happen.
Crowd coming alive here in Atlanta. Terrific fight to kick off this tournament. Boy, if that's the kind of fight you can expect from this tournament, you do not want to miss any of these fights.
We knew this was going to be a war, and they didn't disappoint.
Once again, there is the potential of an overtime round. There is the potential of an overtime round.
I'll tell you what, Adams or Villarreal have their hands full with. I assume that Verone is going to get the victory here tonight. They have their hands full with him.
Let's take a quick look at the overtime rules. Once again, as we mentioned, if the scorecards are even, if a winner can't be decided, we will go into an overtime round. We have seen one of those in overtime history. We've been talking about those knockout bonuses. None will be distributed in this fight, but we've seen two big bags of cash already handed out to Nathan Lugo and David Lopez earlier on here tonight. And guys, after talking about the swelling underneath Verone's eye all night, Angel Ruiz is going to have quite the shiner to deal with after this one.
Yeah, he was hit with a lot of left hooks. You know, a lot of counter left hooks.
You didn't do it.
All right, looks like the decision is in. Let's send it back up to Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, after going all 10 action-packed rounds inside the OTX ring, we go to the scorecards. Judge Williams scores about 99 to 91. Judge Cronin, 100 to 90. And Judge Skander scores about 96 to 94. In favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. And now, moving on in the OTX Super Welterweight Tournament. From Argentina, Francisco Verone.
As predicted.
Well, Francisco Verone moves on to the semifinals. The scores 99-91 and 100-90, and then 96-94. And guys, we talked about how you could be viewing this fight. I think that we saw this as Verone controlling the action most of the time. But again, Ruiz was landing enough of those eye-catching shots that I get you can see how the judge arrives at 96-94, even if you don't agree with it.
No, I don't see 4 rounds of that.
His thinking. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you, Corey, on that. But again, these fighters are in these fights to win fights. Like, you're not here just to do enough to stay in a fight. He didn't do enough to win. And the right man got the victory.
I'm sorry, 96-94 means one more round and you got to draw. Come on, did we see that?
Maybe that judge saw it.
Did we see that kind of fight?
The big left hands, those were big power shots. Verona was more in the pocket, tapping and tapping and tapping. So it depends on how you see it.
All right, well, let's hear from Francisco Verone, who is standing by with our Leah Orozco.
Francisco, what an intense fight that was. We saw you land multiple powerful left hooks throughout the fight. Was this something you specifically worked on in training camp to expose your opponent's weaknesses?
Dice que trabajaste tirando muchos ganchos, que si eso trabajaste en el entrenamiento, en el campamento que tuviste.
Sí, trabajamos mucho en los Alpes, a la pera, porque sabíamos que se lo comió. Lo vimos en la última pelea, lo estudiamos mucho. Y ahí estuvimos yendo con el profe Mar, con Johnny, con mi equipo. Así que lo estudiamos.
He said yes, that he practiced that in the training camp, and we listened to all his team at the end. It came through, and he did practice a lot of hooks on them.
Well, amazing job. What's next for you, Francisco? Are you planning on watching the next fight knowing that you'll be facing the winner?
Dice que sabemos que ganamos esta pelea y viene la otra. Si la vamos a ver porque los toca el ganador.
Sí, la vamos a ver, la vamos a ver. Y vamos entrenando para la batalla como hicimos en esta.
We're going to watch it. We'll train the way we train for this one. Whoever that wins, we'll be ready.
All right, thank you guys. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Aaliyah. A big win for Francisco Varone, and he will advance to the semifinals. We take a look back at some of his handiwork from what was an excellent tournament opener.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously that was a hard punch by Ruiz, and maybe he landed the harder punches, but maybe not. I think it was Barone's just the volume punches just did it for him, you know. Look, all of the combinations, that was 4 punch combinations right there. All of those punches landed.
A big final round for Francisco Varone. As we take a look at the CompuBox punch stats, look at that, 683 punches thrown in just 10 rounds, outlanding Ruiz 243 to 150, and landing at a 35.6% clip. Again, we touted the volume of Francisco Varone, and that was the key here tonight, just outworking Angel Ruiz, who was in there looking for a war. Got a little bit more that he could handle here tonight. So you see, Francisco Varone advancing to the semifinals, where he will meet the winner of Brandon Adams and Ismael Villarreal. That should be a terrific contest. And again, the first round on the other side of the bracket will get underway on Friday, May 31st. But our second tournament contest is coming up next. The tournament specialist, Brandon the Cannon Adams, taking on Ismael Villarreal. Basically, every time over the last 10 years we've had any kind of boxing tournament, it's involved this man, Brandon Adams.
PFL versus Bellator was just the beginning.
Wow. Speechless. Not expect this.
As DAZN lands a season of top MMA.
Incredible.
Including PFL's exciting league, points, and playoff format. So enjoy Chris Cyborg, Vadim Nemkov, Clarissa Shields, and Jake Paul. Plus witness Francis Ngannou's MMA return.
Unbelievable.
The 6'8" champ of champs awaits. DAZN, unleash the cage.
I know I'm good when that C4 hits. Hello? Because before you know it, it's another day and you gotta be ready to go. So let's go!
We're back live here in Atlanta. We just kicked off the OTX 154-pound tournament. Terrific win for Francisco Varone in an all-action fight. And we expect more of the same in this one. Brandon the Cannon Adams and Ismael Villarreal. You see, Villarreal will enjoy a slight reach advantage. And Villarreal, 26 years old, taking on a guy in Brandon Adams who's 34 years of age and coming off a 3-year layoff. He's done it before. Can Brandon Adams turn back the clock and do it once again? Let's take a closer look at these two fighters as we see the tournament bracket. The winner of this one will face Francisco Varone and move on to the semifinals. On the other side of the bracket, some terrific looking matchups. Katsarakis, Abdudakarov, Hernandez, and Terry. A lot of all-action fighters in this tournament. Any combination of these guys should produce an excellent fight. And with that, let's take a closer look at both Brandon Adams and Ismael Villarreal.
To my opponent, I hope you train well. I'm quick, I'm unorthodox. I was told that I had pretty heavy hands as well.
Even when the odds are against me, my boxing style would say it's more so pushing forward, pressuring my opponents to win the whole tournament that they are having.
I want to see what it's like fighting here. The fans, the crowd. I definitely want to put on a show for them, but I want us to feel the show. I want to see what that feels like. I saw it here at OTX. I want to be a part of it. I want to become it.
Ready to fight and just box. Just go in there and box and do what I gotta do. Showcase again.
Experience triumph, you know what I'm saying? And I got skills. I want to see the best version of you. That's how you're going to get the best version of me out. And you're going to be the first of many.
We continue with bout 2 of the OTX Super Welterweight Tournament. Making his ring walk, Ismael Villarreal.
Ismael Villarreal makes his way to the ring, a native of the Bronx in New York City. His father, Otilio Villarreal, a little bit of a cult favorite in the New York boxing scene. The New York State lightweight champion, shared the ring with names like Hector Camacho, Zab Judah, and Kermit Cintron, but was never able to win a world title. Ismael Villarreal says that he'll be the one to bring that title into the family.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined now with Brandon Adams and his trainer, Trevor Sambrano. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing tonight?
We feel fantastic. We got the Cannon here in the beautiful city of Atlanta. There's beautiful lights we've got here in this beautiful OTX arena. Look, Brandon, how do you feel? I'm going to go ahead and interpret that. He's ready to put on a show. Ismael Villarreal, you're going to need an IV when we're done with you. I hope you've got the city of Brooklyn behind you because they're going to have to carry you back home. It is what it is.
All right. Well, thank you, guys. Back to you.
His counterpart, Brandon Adams. We continue on professional boxing's newest proving grounds, OTE Arena, Atlanta, Georgia. This is OTX Friday Night Fights, powered by C4 Energy. This is our co-featured bout of the evening as we continue the OTX Super Welterweight Tournament. This bout set for a distance of 10 rounds. Representing the World Boxing Council, Robert Linhart. Our judges scoring at ringside, we have Carl Williams, Ed Canner, and Pat Cronin. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action is referee Nate Mann. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters wearing white with black and red trim on the scale. He registered on official 153.4 pounds tonight. This fighter enters the OTX ring with boxing in his blood and a pro record of 13 victories against only 2 losses, 9 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of the Bronx, New York, Ismael Maelo Villarreal. His opposition, the red corner, being presented in association with Artie Palulo's Banner Promotions. He enters the ring wearing black with purple and silver trim on the scale. He registered a ripped and ready 153.5 pounds. Tonight, this former world title contender and top-rated world challenger enters the OTX ring with a first time with an impressive record of 23 victories against only 3 losses, 15 of those victories coming by way of KO. Representing Watts, California, Brandon the Cannon Adams.
Gentlemen up front. All right, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Make sure you obey my commands at all times. We are going to have a clean fight. Are there any last words? All right, touch them up. Let's fight.
Brandon Adams had no words before the fight, and no words when prompted here either.
Those trunks are more like MMA style, Corey, if I'm not mistaken. I like them, though.
Listen, you know, the 4-inch inseam is very much in style right now.
What they call those like that, Daddy? What do they call those shorts now?
The Hoochie Daddy. Hoochie Daddy. You should know. You wear them.
I do. I don't do legs for nothing in the gym.
The round one underway. The former world title challenger, Brandon the Cannon Adams, of course, challenged Jamal Charlo for the WBC middleweight title back in 2019. Ismael Villarreal coming off a little bit of a heartbreaker against Callum Walsh last November in New York City. A fight that Callum Walsh understandably won on the scorecards, but Barack Villarreal had Walsh in serious trouble in the final 20 seconds of that fight. And had it been about 15 seconds longer, it might be in a different result.
Very possible, very possible. He hurt Walsh at the end, but he came on too late. You can't do that with Brandon Adams because Brandon Adams was still rounds for him.
Either guy have their hands full for the next round.
Nobody's landing anything yet.
Adams working that jab in the body, one of the hallmarks of his approach through the years. Adams, one of those guys that likes to use the entirety of the ring. He works along the ropes very, very well. We saw him knock out Sergey Boachuk by just using the perimeter, countering off the ropes with a nice left hook. And that same approach here in the early going, very relaxed.
That was in Puerto Rico in the rain on wet canvas, where they were both tippy-toe.
Long time ago, though. 3 years.
Villarreal stalking forward. And both men will get the opportunity to do what they want to do in this fight, guys. Villarreal wants to be moving forward. Brandon Adams wants to be moving backwards. So in terms of how they're approaching this fight, they'll get to move in the direction that they're wanting, but Brandon Adams obviously looking to nullify everything that Villarreal has in mind.
Just watched an exciting fight, so tough crowd here, tough act to follow. We need to see something happen in the next couple of rounds.
Right, the guy who fights better going forward, which is Villarreal, you push him back, and that's a smart game by Brandon Adams.
Adams going to the inside, but he's a nice uppercut to the body there from Villarreal. Why not test the body of the man coming off a 3-year layoff? He goes right back downstairs, right along the belt line with a sweeping right hook. Final 10 seconds of the opening round. A bit of a quiet one. Which shots did you like most in that opening round? That's basically what it'll come down to.
I would say Brandon Adams landed the bigger body shots. He's the one pressing. Here, I'll give him that round.
All right, let's send it over to Overtime Tom. Tom, what do you have?
Hey, fellas, thank you. I am down here with Dean the Great, who's taking it in the OTX VIP lounge, looking real comfortable. First of all, second time out here at OTX, what do you think?
Yes, sir. It's fire, bro. Y'all doing it, man. Hey, y'all, they feed me to get me a little fat. You dig what I'm saying? But it's all good because ain't nobody touch me regardless if I'm fat or not.
And you're watching a lot of great fighters in here, but you're a fighter yourself. What do you see? Is there anyone who could take you? Anyone you're scared of out here?
Nah. I mean, there's some great fights out here. Looks like a lot of people are in my weight class, but I sweep. It don't matter.
And I was asking you earlier about what weight class you would be in. What do we got?
Fight at 130, at lightweight 135. But I mean, anybody want to smoke at 180, 190, I'll go up there too. So hey.
That's an amazing thought process. Now, you were with Ryan Garcia a couple weeks ago. I thought you guys were going to fight. What happened there, and what's going on with him?
I called him out after my fight. We were supposed to fight. Then we were supposed to set up a spar. There's a lot of going back and forth. Then I met him in person, and it was completely, I mean, you know, he's cool. He's cool. You know, he wanted to, now we're like besties now. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not going to make it to his fight. Couldn't make it. I got some things to do, but yeah, it's gonna be lit. Him and Devin. I think. I mean, everybody thinks.
Is Ryan afraid to fight you?
Nah. I wouldn't say he was afraid. Nah. Nah.
Who's the best influencer fighter right now?
You're talking to him. Me.
Who's second?
Jake Paul.
Third?
Me, Jake. Then I say Saw Poppy. 3. No, Slim. Sorry, Slim.
No KSI in that.
KSI garbage as hell. You fight like a karate fighter. Ass, big forehead, ducking Jake Paul. Yeah, KSI got some boxing to do and learn instead of doing damn karate.
I love that. And last week, last fight, I should say, Vic Blends said that he would knock out any influencer, including Jake Paul. Any response?
I ain't never seen Vic Blends fight. You know, he be fading haircut-wise, but I ain't never seen him fade with the hands. You dig what I'm saying? So, Vic, you know, if you can fade with the hands, get in the ring, show us something.
And can we get you in an OTX ring one day?
Oh, yeah, it could happen. We gonna see what's up. I gotta finish up what I'm doing with the people I'm with. And once I'm done with that, who knows, might be a new home for me.
I appreciate you, man. Dean the Great, the best always, taking it all in, the OTX VIP Lounge. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Tom. So Dean the Great, you know, trash talking. Doing a little bit of trash talk. Vic Blends also breaking Tom Brady news, also maybe scheduling the fight with Dean the Great. He's an active man.
Yeah. We need to see how his hands get busy, though. I haven't seen him fight yet.
Yeah. Brandon Adams getting busy with that right hand over the top. One of the best shots of the fight so far. The tempo picking up here in the second round.
Good stack to the body. So now Villarreal is pushing Brandon Adams back, and Brandon is more of his fight style. Exactly, he's counterpunching.
Good inside work. Ref is letting him fight.
Yeah, Adams trying to turn the corner here. Villarreal starting to find his rhythm there on the inside. 15 seconds of this second round. Villarreal getting some work done here on the inside.
Adams fighting right back.
Just goes downstairs to the body with a nice right hand there. Adams very comfortable on the inside as well as the temperature turns up there in round two.
I don't see much rust from the long layoff from Adams. We'll see what that looks like in another 4 or 5 rounds, though.
I mean, I'm surprised to see him working on the inside.
You don't need it this round or next round. You make so many goddamn investments, we're going to be able to catch him out with the bank, okay? You're going to get the shot that's going to hurt him. Beautiful work. Keep taking it there. Don't drop the lead hand a little bit when he comes close. He's trying to come over. All right. Real good. Good.
Mano alta.
Round three underway. Brandon Adams and Ismael Villarreal. Villarreal said before this fight that he feels that he's got the toughest draw in the tournament. He feels that Adams, at least right now, should be regarded as the best fighter in this tournament. He's got him in the first round.
Absolutely, he is fighting the most accomplished fighter in Brandon Adams, but if we've seen the last two fights, I think it could even get tougher.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little history lesson. There was a tournament in the middleweight division a long time ago, and Tito Trinidad felt that William Joppi was the best fighter of the tournament going into that tournament, and he was mistaken because it was Bernard Hopkins.
Good hustle on the inside there from Villarreal a moment ago. Villarreal feels that he can stop Adams. He was fairly adamant. He didn't use the words knockout, but he said, I think I'm going to get him out of there. Villarreal so far fighting like someone who isn't afraid of Adams' power, at least. He's eating some shots, but he's going into those dangerous places.
Indeed. And he's firing back with his own hard shots.
This is his best round so far.
And Adams with such a dangerous left hook. We've seen him score tremendous knockouts with that shot. And you heard in Adams' corner between rounds, they feel, in their words, that they've made the appropriate investments, and eventually it's going to pay off in this fight. They think that they're going to stop Villarreal in this fight.
I mean, I think it's a good strategy. The body attack will slow a fighter down.
Villarreal's a tricky fighter. He'll walk you down from the southpaw stance and then switch to the right-handed stance while he's walking you down, throwing body shots.
Very tricky.
Villarreal, two-time New York City Gold Gloves champion. Good shot there from Brandon Adams. There's that left hook, just a short left hook, and now he brings the uppercut through the middle.
He's doing great work on the inside. Short right hand, I like it.
You know, the second round, I was saying that Villarreal dragged Brandon into this fight, but I think this is part of Brandon's plan. You know, getting on the inside, he looks comfortable, like you said, Corey, in there, and he's landing crisp, short shot.
Yeah, right distance. I like what he's doing in there. I like the work he's putting in there.
Well, this is a man in Brandon Adams whose early education in the pros, part of it came through sparring Antonio Margarito, so he's used to this kind of action. And he just landed a nice left hook, just wrapping it behind the right elbow of Ismael Villarreal. There it is again, and down goes Villarreal.
I was just about to say he's investing a lot into the body.
Perfect shot to the left.
Villarreal in agony. I don't know if he'll make it out of the ground. He's going to go back down. That is it. The cannon detonates and sends him to the semifinals.
Painful.
That is a nasty left hook body shot knockout.
Perfectly placed.
Look at the respect of Brandon Adams. Holding the ropes open for the team of Villarreal. Oh,
wow. Brandon Adams, you're right. The show of respect. Yes. And this is a guy who, before fights, watches martial arts movies. He has the spirit of a martial artist within him, and look at that.
That left hook was just too much. He could
perfectly placed, and he invested early, like you said, Barack.
Yes.
It's safe to say the layoff didn't do him no harm.
Look how he set it up, though. It was the uppercut that brought his hands up first. Open up that shot to the liver. Wow. I mean, he is still hurt.
Yeah, you don't see guys suffering the effects of a body shot this long all that often. That's about as devastating a left hook as you could possibly land.
Wow. Right on the money. They're hitting an organ there.
Oh, what a start to the tournament for Brandon Adams, a guy who has just been plagued by inactivity again, like one of those victims of boxing politics. He gets the victory here tonight.
Nate Mann reaches a count of 10 with an official time of 2 minutes, 59 seconds of round number 3. Your winner by way of knockout and moving on in the OTX Super Middleweight Tournament from West California, Brandon the Cannon Adams.
So a vicious body shot knockout victory for Brandon Adams, who many understandably consider the favorite in this tournament, and he just showed why. And right now he is standing by with our Leo Orozco.
Brandon, congratulations! That left hook seemed to be the deciding factor tonight. Can you walk us through the setup for that punch?
Well, first and foremost, man, I want to give my opponent a shout out for being so tough. First thing first is I was just filling him out. It's been like 3 years since I fought, right? Yeah, so I was just filling him out, trying to get back accustomed, acquainted in the ring, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to let the ring know that, you know what I'm saying, I didn't go nowhere, so, and I know the ring missed me, so. But all joking aside, I saw how he was, approaching. I was trying to get him to become more aggressive, using my jab, just let him know that I'm still here. And then eventually, once his corner, his team told him to start pushing, pressuring, I said, got him. All I wanted was a man to come and fight. And he came and fought, so, the end result was me winning. Because ain't nobody going to beat me here in a fist fight. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm one of the strongest fighters at the super welterweight division, so I'm going to utilize that when it's time.
Most definitely. Looking ahead at the other fighters in the tournament, is there anyone you have your eye out on?
Oh, no, I don't have my eye on anybody except self. I'm just trying to get better. I'm trying to knock off all the ring rust. Tonight wasn't enough. I got many more fights to go, so, you know what I'm saying, hopefully that will show.
Well, congratulations. We're so happy for you. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Aaliyah. Brandon Adams, Well, he's talking now. He didn't have anything to say about prior to the tournament, but obviously happy to be back in the ring after 3 years. And again, guys, you see performances like that, and you wonder, where would this guy be if he hadn't been plagued by some of the things we've been discussing?
That's a great statement, Corey, because he's doing all the right things in there. At that size and that weight class with that body attack, looks like he could compete with anybody in the division.
You know, I spoke to him years ago when he was fighting at 160, and he said, you know what, I think I'm going to go down to 154, and I didn't expect him to be this explosive.
So a knockout victory for Brandon the Cannon Adams as we take a look at the CompuBox punch stats. And, you know, these numbers tell the story of what we saw in the fight. I mean, Adams basically after the first round said, okay, I'll fight your fight. I'll go to the inside. I know I'm going to get you out of there. We'll go toe-to-toe. We'll basically just exchange punches, almost even, but it's that left hook to the body that Villarreal took almost about 5 minutes to recover from, guys. That was nasty.
Right, so instead of Villarreal drawing Brandon Adams into his fight, it was really Brandon Adams drawing him into that kind of fight.
Well, we cannot wait for Brandon Adams and Francisco Verón in the semifinals. Who will they ultimately meet? Who will the winner of that meet in the finals? Well, we'll get the other side of the bracket kicked off on Friday, May 31st, with some terrific fights on that side of the bracket as well. So what a start to the OTX tournament. Well, coming up next, it is our main event. Scooby snacks are on the menu. Kurt Scoby and the lone wolf, Dakota Linger. This one should be all action. You don't want to miss it. Our main event coming up next.
Forget all the politics, forget all the noise, look at the evidence.
You're about to see something different.
This ain't a video game.
I created this monster. Then there's a problem here.
It's Maradona. He must come back.
Yeah, goosebumps all over the place.
It gets no bigger than this.
Have we just witnessed the big moments?
This is the best fight card in history, and I'm here with you guys, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now.
When you gotta fit 29 hours into a 24-hour day. I know I'm good when that C4 hits. It's go time! Hello? Ni hao. Bonjour. Because before you know it, it's another day and you gotta be ready to go. So let's f***ing go!
So it is main event time here in the OTE Arena. As we take a look at the tail of the tape, you see Kurt Scoby giving up about a half-inch in reach with a 1-inch height advantage. You know what Dakota Linger's looking to do. He is looking to bring the action.
Do you have any message for your opponent?
When he signed that contract, it was suicide. When he stepped inside this ring, it's gonna be homicide.
His opposition, Kurt Scoby.
Kurt Scoby channeling the Joker, invoking looking, Jay-Z. It's been a hard-knock life for Kurt Scoby. Barack, you talked about it off the open. Ak, you did as well. This is a man who has overcome some unthinkable adversity to even step in the ring in the first place.
Yeah, so to his point, stepping in the side of a boxing ring is nothing compared to what he's dealt with. So that's why he walks into the ring with so much confidence.
Kurt Scoby, one of the hottest prospects in the 140-pound division. All eyes are on that division this weekend and just in general. And Scoby trying to insert his name into that equation as quickly as possible. And to do that, you have to get through the quintessential gatekeeper in Dakota Linger.
We continue on the newest proving ground in professional boxing, OTE Arena, Atlanta, Georgia. This is OTX Friday Night Fights, powered by C4 Energy. Our officials at ringside scoring the action. Judges Carl Williams, Ed Canner, along with Pat Cronin. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Malik Waleed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be entertained. The OTX main event starts now. This contest, 8 rounds or less in the super lightweight division. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters wearing white with red lettering. He weighed in at an official 144.5 pounds. Tonight, this first responder turned pro fighter looks to lay down the law inside the OTX ring with a record of 13 victories against 6 losses, 3 bouts even, 9 of those victories coming by way of KO. From Buckhannon, West Virginia, Dakota Lone Wolf Linger. Across the ring in the red corner, wearing gold with black trim, he weighed in at a ripped and ready 144.8 pounds. Tonight, this former NCAA Division I running back exchanges touchdowns for knockdowns, and he enters the OTX ring an undefeated pro with 13 victories, 11 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Duarte, California, Kurt Scoby.
Okay, fellas, just bring it to me. Okay, gentlemen, you both have been given the rules. I'm expecting good, clean boxing. When I say break, stop punching, take a full step back. Remember, protect yourselves at all times. Anything from you? Anything from you?
Why so serious?
All right, touch him up. Touch him up. Good luck to you both.
All right, we are set to go with our main event, Kurt Scoby and Dakota Linger. Scoby, the former collegiate running back turned boxer. Dakota Linger, his origin story, winning the West Virginia Tough Man competition when he was still in high school. Basically the same origin story as Tommy Morrison. Round 1 underway. This one's scheduled for 8 rounds. Right hand over the top from Scoby. You can hear our in-house PA announcer telling you about the money round. Of course, the KO bonus, an additional KO bonus if either of these men can score a knockout in round 1 or in round 8. Scoby already flashing a little bit of hand speed in the early going. We tried to pry some information out of Scoby in fighter meetings. He was very coy, very quiet, and I think, likes the idea of being secretive about his process. But one thing that they did let slip was that they wanted him to be a little smarter and a little bit more active with his jab. We are seeing that in the early going.
Right. And we see he wants to let his hand go, but he's just trying to set up the shots with the jab. He's trying to wait for the spots rather than just let his hands go. Exactly.
He's a work in progress, and he's progressing really quickly. So I like what I see so far.
You know, Linger's a little tentative now. We know Linger wasn't tentative against Josue Vargas. No. You know, so I think
he's very awkward
already.
He felt the power, absolutely. He doesn't look in great shape, but I mean, he looked the same against Vargas, so.
Well, not every fighter at 140 pounds could be a physical specimen quite like Kurt Scoby either. I mean, this is
true.
Very hard to be that muscle-bound and make 140 at the same time.
Yeah. And even in my heyday, I didn't have those cuts.
Right.
You never had a heyday.
I like his stalking. I think he should let the jab go a little bit more.
Nice right hand over the top there from Scoby. We saw a quiet start from Scoby last time out against Narciso Carmona. A little bit of a faster start from him here tonight. Also, a much more willing participant in Dakota Linger.
I don't think Scoby is thinking about bonus round money. He wants to be better as a fighter. He's taking his time and picking his shots. And if it comes, it comes.
I see Scoby's trainer Don Sack. He's quiet over there. I guess that means he likes what he sees and he's allowing his fighter to do it.
His right hand on the belt line from Scoby a moment ago. Tries to bring it up top, just missed with a home run right hand.
The Lone Wolf hasn't done anything to keep Scoby off him at all yet. Let's see if he does something in the second round.
And that'll do it for round one. No KO bonus this time as we head into the corner.
Don't punch if you're not there. You reach for no reason. You right now? Using your rhythm? All right, just start using the jab that we worked on, please. That newfound jab. And when you work on it, so watch out for that little slow. It's slow, but watch out for it because you got caught unnecessarily with that overhand right, all right? What move did we work on when you tried to do that? When you throw the overhand right, what move did we work on? Step on the right, full hook. All right, okay, cat.
Get that hook, you gotta set that hook up. Do the jab, do that jab though. Do the jab more. Set that pop, up.
One little sit? No.
How you feel?
Oh, I'm here. Let me get to a stab him. Stab him, all right? So use a little more. Stab him, you're going to overhand right. Yeah, that's what you want. Boxing gym. That's what you want. Boxing gym. Yeah, stab, exactly. That's what you want. You want him to do it. So you can pull a hook.
As some fighters do, he's not sitting on the stool in the corner, showing I'm in shape, I'm not going to be tired.
Yeah, not sitting on the stool, not taking water. And Kurt Scoby typically after a fight, as we've seen after his last couple fights, big right hand there from Scoby. He hits the treadmill immediately after his fight. He has too much energy. Good shot there from Scoby.
Wait, what happened? Oh, okay, the ref is saying that there's some water there, and a slip maybe.
Yeah, so the reaction from Linger may be a little bit exaggerated by that, but still, nice left hook from Scoby, and you heard very specific instructions there in the corner of Scoby. Of course, they want the jab they're working on, but they also want to draw that overhand right so they can look for a counter left hook.
Yeah, I mean, he said it. Look, please, let's see the jab we worked on, and I think he's using it. Looks like the overhand right is going to be the money punch for Scoby here. Because when you throw that jab to the body, Dakota's dropping his hand.
Left hook. It's a little short.
Good spin.
Shot there from Linger.
Right hand.
Yeah.
Again, it's very unorthodox. Sometimes he's leaving his feet when he's throwing those shots, guys. But once in a while they land, and when they do, they're dangerous.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hard to train for a guy like this.
Linger has a little confidence now. He doesn't come in with punches, but he comes in with his head down so he can throw power shots.
He's getting hit.
That was a nice counter left hook by Scoby.
Good poised by Scoby and not losing control in there. Even though he's dealing with a guy that could cost that.
Right. And this is what you do with a guy that doesn't have a whole lot of experience. You smother him. You know, you try to rattle him a little. You say, you know what, your shots are not getting me out of there. I'm going to be in your face all night. Now, how are you going to handle it?
Beautiful counter there from Scoby, just punching with Linger. The right hand gets there first.
Linger lands a little sneaky uppercut in there.
We're going to see how Scoby reacts if none of his shots really actually hurt him. Because he hit him a few times flush.
Linger just landed a few sneaky uppercuts in this round.
Now, this is looking more like a Dakota Linger fight, guys. This is what we expected. Linger just not taking no for an answer and bullying his way forward.
Scoby still looks comfortable in the pocket there, though. He's landing those sneaky shots that he did against Vargas, but doesn't look like it's hurting Scoby at all.
Yeah, I think Scoby needs to go back to what Don Saxby said, the jab, the newfound jab. Because Linger's not looking pretty, but he's kind of effective this round.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good uppercut by Linger.
Yeah, nice hustle on the inside there from Linger. A couple uppercuts break through, and another one.
And an overhand right.
Just missing with a big right hand a second ago.
Has to keep that left hand up when he throws that overhand right, because they're trading right hands.
It's a gamble that Scoby's taking, but that is a much better round for Dakota Linger.
Good jab it was a power jab by Scoby. Maybe mixed with a little bit of water on her. No, I think that was just pure power jab that put Linger back like that. And the fact that he was just off balance. Maybe the water contributed a little bit to it, but that was just the power jab.
All right, let's send it back over to overtime. Tom, what do you have?
Hey, fellas, thank you. We are down here right now. It's a great fight, and we got a lot going on in this YouTube chat while everyone's watching. Right now, we have a poll going up saying who is going to win. 81% of the people are picking Scoby to win this one. 19% for the other side. Not too great. We got a lot of great comments in here. And Dazbula is saying, is Scoby gassed? Is that going to happen? We'll see what happens here. Everyone in the chat, please comment who is your favorite fighter of all time. Let's see what everyone's got. Back to you guys in the booth. Let's do this thing.
That 19% is from West Virginia and the police force.
Round 3 underway. A better round for Dakota Linger in round 2. Scoby again looking for that right hand over the top.
Just not landing flush on. Dakota's doing a good job by just dodging that right hand.
He's getting more comfortable in there. They're still getting hit with big shots by Scoby. Like he just landed a nice short uppercut, left uppercut. Scoby wants to assert his power. Dakota's is taking a good shot.
Beautiful uppercut there from Scoby. And that's a shot that's going to be there for Scoby, just like that right hand.
Just throwing a jab to the body, as Don in his corner's been telling him.
Yeah, basically every shot is there, but you got to fight like this. You got to counter punch, you got to move, stick and move.
Well, again, remember the instructions a couple rounds ago. They're looking to counter the counter. They're looking by stabbing to the body, draw the overhand right, counter with the left hook.
Yeah. It's effective with a guy like Linger who doesn't really care about defense.
You see, you don't want to get drawn into that. You know, having Linger on you, you know, put his body
good enough uppercut. This could go all 8 like this, guys.
Left hook there from Linger. And Linger's offense can be unorthodox, but he's a good volume puncher, and with that chin, he could just continue to be in these dangerous places where just pure volume you're going to land. And he's landing some good shots on Scoby, even though Scoby clearly winning this fight. He's also taking some shots.
Yeah, that was an elbow by Linger. Right.
He's just throwing anything.
felt that right hand. Maybe that elbow helped a little bit as well.
Look at this work from Dakota Linger.
Keep his hands up there.
Linger using this 18 by 18 ring to his advantage and just making things uncomfortable
Good left hook
for Kurt Scoby.
Yeah. A little uncomfortable series of shots.
Back comes Linger with a left hook of his own.
Looks like he got his composure back. But Linger's still coming. Sneaky, sneaky shots.
Good round there for Dakota Linger.
His corner's pretty upset.
Great right hand by Linger. Seemed to stagger Scoby back. Scoby's trying to hold on there a little bit. That was the right hand right there.
And left hook followed by left hook. But he was smart. He did the right thing. Held, clinched until he got his composure back.
Right. Great round for Linger.
I would say enough to win that round.
You got this. You got this. But just be smart. You got to be smart. At least you use those legs. You're not tired. You in shape. All right, so use them goddamn legs, all right?
Make it a war. Your ass. Next time you hurt him, post up. When he does this post here, I want you to drop under and crack that ribs, all right? All right, very good. Very good. Beautiful round.
Round 4 underway. As referee waiting for Dakota Linger to kick some ice on the ring. And Linger back right on top of Kurt Scoby. You heard his corner just telling him, make it a war. I mean, you could basically press replay on that advice for Dakota Linger round after round.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's where he's going to be most effective.
You never know which Linger's going to come into the ring. I mean, he was stopped in his last fight, but we don't know about the preparation before that fight. Just never know.
The CompuBox totals in terms of punch output as of this moment. Kurt Scoby outworking Dakota Linger 176 to 133. Scoby only outlanding Linger right now 41 to 36. So that is very much in line with the fight that we're seeing unfolding right now.
Yeah, it's a very competitive fight right now.
I'll tell you what, phenomenal matchmaking by OTX all night long.
Linger missing over the top with that right hand.
Scoby has got himself a fight on his hand.
Yeah, these are the most uncomfortable moments of Scoby's career thus far. And we mentioned the upset Linger sprung on Josue Vargas in 2022. He also took the undefeated Matthew Gonzalez to a draw the year prior. So he has really had his way with New York-based prospects over the last little while. Sorry, guys. Big right hand over the top from Linger.
And Scoby answers back with a hook. But
and there's that left hook to the body that Linger's corner was asking for. Boy, Scoby's not backing down from this kind of fight, but he might not be getting the best of it right now.
No, I mean, he needs to make his transition to boxing now. You got to jab, you got to move. Don't fight this guy on the inside.
Linger pounding away on Scoby right now. Scoby looking like he might be in a little bit of trouble. Scoby trying to grab a hold. Dakota Linger.
he lands another big uppercut there.
Linger trying to break free. Scoby is looking like he might be a little out of it.
25 seconds left in this round, Corey. Can he get out of the round?
Scoby is in trouble right now, but still trying to fire back. Dakota Linger all The seconds ticking away as Scoby just trying to survive.
You cannot count this Lone Wolf out.
One last right hand, and Scoby will survive the round.
Pull the air in real quick. Scoop, listen. What's the matter with your legs? There's nothing wrong with your legs. Move around, Scoop. Time out when he gets close. Stop leaning to the left. This is why he's throwing the right uppercut. Because you keep leaning over to your left. All right? I need you to time out when he gets close. Don't let him punch if you're not going to punch.
Dribble to the you got to do this. Hook. Come on, dude.
Yo, they say you not warrior out, son. You're not warrior out. You hear me? Be smart. Breathe, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Oh.
I need you to move around like you're supposed to. Grab it to that jab.
Right here. Double right here by Linger.
Don't get caught up with the banging with him.
Scoby trying to hold. Is this the onslaught? Was this a little bit too much? He was definitely dazed. Nothing pretty. Just a lot of shots.
Dakota Linger facing his 5th undefeated opponent in 6 outings. Just continues to run straight into the fire.
Speaking of run, he's like in a track stance right now. He runs
here it comes.
to the middle of the ring.
Right on the blocks. Looking for a tough man style right hand there.
Scoby has the ability to make this fight a lot easier.
Yeah, I think now we should just see the athleticism of Scoby. You know, the moving, the check hooking, you know, the dipping under. There you go, lateral movements.
Moving his head more.
Right, don't let Linger set, you know, but Linger's doing a good job of staying in his face.
He has to fire back now to keep Linger.
I think this is why this is a good test for Scoby, guys, because nothing that Linger is doing is particularly pretty, as you both have pointed out. Yeah. But he's making Scoby think fast. Yes. And this is a guy who's relatively new to the sport, and the processing speed is trying to catch up to the athleticism.
The right hand is just landing too easily on Scoby. He has to do something about Linger's straight right. That's what hurt him every time. Keeping that left hand up and sliding that right hand.
Well, you heard Scoby's corner telling him, you're slipping to the right every time, and the right hand is just coming over the top.
Yeah, it's a slip to the left. And maybe go to Linger's body to slow him down a little bit, because obviously he can take a good punch. He's taking some good shots.
Just like that. There was a nice scoop shot to the body there from Scoby.
I mean, we've seen Elijah Pierce get knocked down, get hurt, and come back and win. Let's see if Scoby can pull it off.
He didn't go down, so no knockdown counted against him. Good right hand by Scoby.
Linger not having the type of success he had in round 4. Scoby finding his legs a little bit here in the 5th round. His corner asked him about that.
Yeah, Don asked him, he said, what's wrong with your legs? He said, nothing's wrong with your legs. Use them.
Take a look at Dakota Linger's corner. Hard right hand over the top from Linger.
Keep working. Stay on Raider. Nice uppercut. Got to put some volume together now.
Does Scoby look maybe a little gassed out, maybe a little tired and fatigued right now?
Close round, we need it.
Linger's corner giving him the right advice, telling him this is a close round. Need you to hustle down the stretch. Linger doing some good work here in the final 30 seconds or so. Scoby trying to counter off the ropes. These are scary hours for Kurt Scoby.
Yeah, we're going to see if Kurt Scoby has dog in him tonight. Good 1-2. Literally 2 1-2s in a row by Linger. The right hand was flush. Another jab, another right hand, barely missed. Beautiful right hand by Linger. The 1-2 is there. The 1-2 is there almost always when Linger throws it because Kurt is not moving. He's not moving laterally when he needs to.
Don't say that. Keep your hands up. Step over. Step over. The uppercuts is advantageous. Don't lead to the left. That's why you can't cross the right uppercut. All right? I'm killing him. Use your legs, son. That's what's winning the fight for you.
That was a better round for Kurt Scoby, but would you give him that round? Huh?
Last couple of rounds been tough to score.
I think Linger won those rounds.
Round 6 underway.
I agree with you.
Well, the CompuBox totals at this point firmly in favor of Dakota Linger, basically in every respect. He has outlanded Kurt Scoby 84-56. He is outthrowing Kurt Scoby 289 to 237, and outlanding Scoby in terms of power shots as well, 70-46. Again, CompuBox is not how you score fights, but it's a tremendous tool to help illustrate what we're seeing.
I think Scoby's looking better now. In the beginning of this round, he's punching, he's moving, he's actually dodging the shots, going to his left, going to his right.
Linger is relentless and still at the same pace, and he's landing a lot of those sneaky uppercuts. They come from different angles. It's tough to prepare. I think the jab, Don is giving great advice. I think he needs to, with the jab, keep him off balance.
Second to go. Scoby.
Right hand over the top there from Scoby, one of the best shots he's landed in the last little while, but back comes Dakota Linger. Hard right hand from Linger over the top, and another one.
He's getting hit with that overhand.
This happens when he's not using his legs, when he's standing there trading with the guy, not getting hurt by your punches.
And he's not, that left hand needs to be up high, and that right hand is coming in too easily. Scoby right now.
Right, he does well when he moves and he check hooks.
Another right hand reins in from Dakota Linger.
And he's answering back. Scoby's answering back every time, but it seems like Dakota's shots are having a little bit more of an effect.
Guys, in season 1 of Overtime Boxing, we saw a similar scenario where we had Vlad Hernandez upset Lorenzo Simpson. Similar type of matchup, similar type of style. Are we seeing a replay of that right now? Linger just all over Scoby right now.
Scoby's not punching.
He's not, and the referee
is looking close.
He's turning his palms to the sky and talking to Scoby right now.
I mean, Scoby's still throwing punches, but a lot of those punches are unanswered.
Linger is all over Scoby. The referee steps in. Dakota Linger has done it again.
The upsetter. Officer upsetter.
Wow.
Awesome upset in our main event. Unbelievable.
Maybe Scoby could have continued, but you gotta let your hands go because the ref is there to protect you. You can't be on the ropes taking shots like that. The ref is gonna jump in like that.
There's about 30 seconds left in that round. Could he have gotten out of that round?
Dakota Linger facing his his fifth undefeated opponent in 6 fights. Dakota Linger, one of boxing's ultimate reality checks, just upset Kurt Scoby, one of the faces of Overtime Boxing.
Wow.
Missed the uppercut, but came back with that right hook. Kurt Scoby. This is when he stopped punching. Just a barrage of punches. He regains himself, throw a jab. I even think he landed a right hand after that too. But right here, this was the finishing punches. The ref's seen enough. Once the head go back like that, I do think he could have still carried on. But
I do as well.
You gotta let punch it. You gotta let your hands go. You cannot.
I mean, he was letting his hands go before that barrage.
Yeah.
And there was only 30 seconds left. I mean, maybe he should have gave him benefit of the doubt. I know this is a dangerous sport. It's a tough decision to make for a referee. But
at the end of the day, this is a learning lesson for Scoby. Go back to the drawing board. There's things you could have did differently. You look good in spots, you know, and you got to return back to those spots.
Well, and I'll say, guys, the Scoby corner is not exactly up in arms right now about what just happened. They're not protesting the decision harshly or anything like that.
And they're respecting the referee's decision, no doubt about it. But obviously, look, this is a big hit for his career. Undefeated fighter with a lot of momentum. And now this.
All right, well, we are ready to make this one official. What an upset. Let's send it up to Lupe Contreras.
Referee Malik Waleed steps in and calls a halt to this contest with an official time of 2 minutes, 21 seconds of round number 6. Ladies and gentlemen, no record is safe in OTX. Your winner by way of TKO, the Lone Wolf, Dakota Linger.
The Lone Wolf in the city inside a forest howls in our main event. What an upset victory for Dakota Linger. What a moment for that man as you hear the pride from his corner, and in just a moment we'll hear from Dakota Linger. All right, Dakota's standing by with Aaliyah Orozco.
Thank you. Wow, congratulations, Dakota. That was an epic fight. At what moment did you know that you had this fight?
I could feel that I started to take control after the third round. I could see that he was starting to wear down, and I knew that if I just kept pressuring and pressuring, he was going to get tired. But he was strong. He hit me a few times, and I was like, whoa. You know, like I thought I got a little fuzzy. I'm like, all right, I got to get back.
In the fourth round, did you think you were going to knock him out? Is that when you really felt confident in your momentum?
I was trying to, but I knew that if I kept pushing, I might get him in the next 1 or 2 rounds. And that's what I was really shooting for, and I did it.
Well, this is huge for you. What does this mean for you personally and for your career moving forward?
I'm honestly not sure. Hey. Strong. Thank you.
Look at that.
Nice.
What does this mean for you right now?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Well, we're all so happy for you. That was an amazing fight. Congratulations. Any last words?
I just look forward to my next one, whoever wants to fight me.
Back to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aaliyah. Dakota Linger, listen, guys, the sport of boxing doesn't function. The ecosystem of boxing doesn't function without men like this who are willing to take these types of fights again and again. There's no way to find out who's a real prospect. There's no way to find out who's a real contender if not for guys like that. Again, the ultimate reality check in this weight neighborhood might be that man.
Respect to the journeyman. Respect to the journeyman.
I'll tell you what.
This was a tough fight from the beginning. I mean, look at these. Look at these. It's the 1-2. Just kept landing on Scoby, and that's where he got him hurt up. That was the 4th round.
And he admitted that Scoby hit hard. He was strong.
Right. But look, how do you stop somebody with a barrage like that? With your legs, you got to move. That was just a great job by Dakota Linger.
I mean, his family must be so proud. I mean, they came into this fight as major underdogs.
Well, we take a look at the punch stats, and again, nothing controversial here. You can debate the stoppage if you feel like it, but look at this. I mean, 350 to 263, outlanding Kurt Scoby 109 to 67. Dakota Linger was just all over Kurt Scoby all night long. And again, it was just pressure, pressure, pressure. And a guy in Kurt Scoby that, again, is somewhat new to the sport, didn't really know how to deal with just constant constant pressure in an 18 by 18 ring.
That's all it was. It was just the inexperience. I mean, it was just like Dakota said, by the third round, he kind of took the fight over. You know, Scoby was winning on the punch stats before that. But that pressure was just too much.
Dakota Linger might be one of these guys and be elevated to a guy where you have to get past this guy. I mean, a real gatekeeper in a 140-pound division.
Well, there are a lot of guys that you'd like to see tested against that man, Dakota Linger, and I think his fee just went up as well.
Yeah, but you know what? Like I said, he just got stopped in his last fight. I think other guys who feel like they're more skillful, more experienced, are looking at him saying, well, he's not that good.
What a night it has been here in Atlanta. Plenty of knockouts in the beginning of what is shaping up to be a tremendous 154-pound tournament here at OTX. Brandon Adams, guys, comes back and looks like he didn't take those 3 years off, and he's done this before.
Maybe he needed that time off for me.
We take a look back at the full card highlights, the fight of the night highlights presented by C4 Energy. Energy that hits. And a reminder, don't forget to vote on your favorite fight of the night on the Overtime Boxing Instagram at Overtime Boxing. Guys, taking a look again at Brandon Adams. That's one of the most vicious body shots that you're ever going to see.
Yes, absolutely. Indeed. Just properly placed. Didn't really even have to sit down on it that much. He just properly placed it at the right time.
Dakota Linger with the upset win in our main event. But tonight, all about the kickoff of the OTX tournament. Brandon Adams and Francisco Varone will meet in the semifinals later on this year. And the other side of the bracket will kick off on Friday, May 31st. Katsarakis and Abdudakarov and Vlad Hernandez, who we referenced, who did basically the same thing that Dakota Linger did. And he's back in this tournament. He'll be taking on Robert Terry. And any of these matchups, anything that this produces, seems to be guaranteeing action.
Well, I don't look forward to saying those names in May.
Absolutely. Well, we have a full weekend of action here on DAZN live tomorrow night. Two-division champion Devin Haney facing off against Ryan Garcia. All the controversy, all the talking, it ends tomorrow night. We thank everyone for tuning in here tonight for OTX 6. We'll be back on May 31st. For everyone back in the truck and for everyone on the broadcast with me, Aaliyah Orozco, Overtime Tom, Akin Barak, I'm Corey Erdman saying so long. We'll see you at the fights.
Hey champ, I know why you're here. You're a born winner, the top dog. You have a proper punch on you. It only takes one, eh? But I know you're not all about throwing haymakers. You know your bobs from your weaves, and you know DAZN's got over 100 live events every year. Over 100. Proper stat. All the action, the chaos, the comebacks, the non-stop knockout. Big fights every week. So get those gloves back on. Together, we're boxing royalty. DAZN, undisputed.